making 24. I think it was a 3-year deal. So, they had $18 million they could spend on other players. And what Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak did was they went out and immediately signed Timofey Mozgov and Luol Deng.
Oh.
They never made the playoffs. So if I'm LeBron, I'm like, and the good news is Rob used to be an agent. So Rob, I think, can go to LeBron and say, here's exactly what I would do with the money. If you gave me. But if the Lakers aren't willing to tell LeBron that, I wouldn't take less money.
But would you acknowledge that the Lakers are in a better position in terms of acquiring talent during this summer if, and I'm not saying he has to, but if he were to take less money?
What are you doing with the money? With the money I'm giving you, Rob, I'm LeBron. What are you doing with the money?
We're signing Steven Adams.
I'm in.
So there, LeBron would give up.
Now, but if Steven Adams, if you're going to go out and spend the money on somebody who isn't any good, why would I?
What if it's more nebulous than that? What if it's we're going to try to move heaven and earth to get a big man? Who? We don't know. We're gonna keep looking.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. See. I mean, it depends how much you trust Rob Pelinka to get the right next guy.
Yeah.
Well, they trusted Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss, and they went out and signed Timofey Mozgov.
You can't really trust any general manager to do the right thing.
Well, and
they can make mistakes,
and,
right?
And it may be beyond their control,
right?
I'm sure if Mitch and Jim were here, they would say those were the best options available.
What happened to Mozgov? That's sad. What happened to Mozgov?
The Lakers paid him too much money, and he retired rich.
Was he good before he got here?
Depends who you ask.
Serviceable.
He was
serviceable.
Never,
dude.
Never an all-star.
No.
Okay.
Never.
And what's amazing is Mitch Kupchak showed up at his doorstep on July the 1st, the day, and with a bag of money. That was his first guy. His first guy. The whole point was Timofey Mozgov.
And by the way, shortly thereafter, Mitch and Jim were fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of great Laker centers like Timofey Mozgov, I saw when Mike was in here with you guys yesterday in the top 10 Shaq guys.
Yeah, that they left Kareem out.
Oversight or intentional?
I think probably intentional, and my guess is that when Shaq came to the Lakers, Kareem had not pivoted yet. Mace will tell you, Mace had Kareem out to do a Q&A at his theaters in the desert he had started to thaw by then.
He was
right.
That was a different. By the time he came out to my theaters, he was
Dewey.
He was much mellower.
But for years, Kareem wouldn't give anybody the time of day.
Oh no, the stories of Kareem being grumpy, shall we say,
a surly intellectual.
Yes,
I think that it has cost him his place in the discussion of who the greatest NBA player ever is, because certainly based on his ability, he's in that discussion.
And his resume.
But he was such a jerk to so many people. And let me restate, he has totally changed as he has gotten older.
Yeah.
He's a pleasure to talk to. He's I did a Q&A at the medical school with him. I had a blast. He answered every question I had. He has, as he's gotten older and realized that he's more on the back nine than the front nine.
So is he just a jackass to Shaq one day, and Shaq's carried it around for 30 years?
What was the list?
The 10 greatest Lakers of all time. 10 greatest players of all time.
And he let Kareem off?
Yes.
Yeah, here's what I want to know.
Jeez.
Did they ask him to do it impromptu off the top of his head, or did he actually write down and make a list? If it's impromptu off the top of his head,
then he forgot.
I mean, it could happen to any of us that we would accidentally leave a sure thing
Here's
off
the problem
list.
with that. The list was too good otherwise.
Right.
If it were totally impromptu, there would be a couple of mistakes,
Magic?
2 or 3 or 4.
But I don't know how you could I've argued with people about these lists all the time. I've never argued with anyone who thinks Kareem is 11th.
No, that's
no.
Yeah.
Who were the
he's
other
first,
8?
second, or third.
Who were the other 8?
All great players.
Oh, great. I mean, they were all legit.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Larry
Dr.
Bird,
J,
LeBron,
Larry Bird,
Dr.
Magic.
J.
Oh,
LeBron,
okay.
Kobe.
Yeah.
It was the right 9 people.
Except that miss on Kareem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally invalidates the list if Kareem isn't on it.
It does.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those
Did he
things.
put Steph Curry on there?
No. Steph was not in there.
Do you jam Steph Curry into your top 10?
Yeah, I probably do.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who gets whittled out?
Change the game forever.
Yeah.
Dr. J and
Dr.
Shaq's
J?
list.
Yeah, Dr. J and Shaq's
Gets
list.
moved out.
Dr.
Okay.
J is a great
Dr.
player,
J was saying
he was
these,
like the most exciting player when I was a kid. I could not wait to see Dr.
Well,
J
he had a
play.
cool
Crow.
nickname. He dunked.
Yeah.
He had
Dunked on
I had a
Boston.
friend that played with Steve Mix. Do you remember Steve Mix?
No.
I do.
Steve
left-handed sixer.
He was a buddy of mine and
White
always
guy.
told Dr. J stories. Yeah,
No
white
way.
guy. Went to the University of Toledo.
Really?
And wound up with those championship
player,
Sixer
too.
teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
really good.
Was he on the title team, or was it 82?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was there.
Yeah.
He was
He
there.
was on that team?
Yeah, it was good.
He was Jordan before Jordan, Dr. J. Yeah.
I found out something yesterday. I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but not embarrassed enough not to say it. I didn't know that Oklahoma City has a gaucho on their team.
Oh, they have a gaucho.
Which one? Oh, Jalen Williams? The other Jalen Williams?
No.
Oh.
It's I saw it yesterday. He barely plays, but
Now, are you adopting Oklahoma City because they got a gaucho?
yes.
Oh,
Nah,
yes.
that's a good way.
I had
Familiarity.
no idea. I'll be honest.
Are him and Gabe Vincent the only two in the NBA?
At currently that I know of, yeah. I'm trying to see.
What's your pick for the finals?
Oklahoma City in 5.
In
I
5.
got him in 6. What's his name?
Thanks.
AJ Mitchell.
A.J. Mitchell.
Yeah, he hardly plays at all.
Yeah.
In 6.
Yeah, but we don't get a lot of gauchos in the NBA, so I'm all about
What's
that.
your
Brian
call,
Shaw,
DeMarco?
former Gaucho.
OK City in
5.
5.
5.
You're with me.
Yes.
Oh,
You're going for-
Travis
You got
calling
sweep?
for the
I'm
sweep.
going 6 just because I think Halliburton and Siakam get hot
They
one
put up a
game.
fight. Yeah.
And then they probably steal another one somewhere. But I don't know anybody who's picking Indiana or who's even picking OKC in 7.
I'm not saying that they're going to have a 20-year window like San Antonio did, but is this the beginning of a San Antonio-like window? Maybe it's 8 years, 10 years, where
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Why
either.
not?
Because they can only afford to pay 3 people. And I think that the way the league is structured now, I think they pay Shea,
Chet?
they pay Chet, and they pay Jalen Williams, the good
Get
one.
3.
That means Lou Dort goes somewhere else. Isaiah Hartenstein goes somewhere else.
That's the
Kason
team.
Wallace goes somewhere else.
When do they hit that? We've got to pay
I think they'll
3
go
guys
over the
or-
tax one time.
So,
and then
so
it'll
for
be,
this coming season,
yeah, it'll be so prohibitive after that.
can you
that they
keep
can't.
the Alex Carusos of the world around?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, you can keep him, but you can't pay him.
Right. So he'd have to do it because he wants to stay.
Right.
Different league, different. How did San Antonio stay around?
They didn't. You could pay everybody back then.
Back then you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their best guy was their best guy for
I
nearly
don't-
2 decades.
I don't think Tim Duncan ever really. He signed some really cheap
Team-friendly?
contracts.
Yeah, and I think Parker and
contracts.
Ginobili did too. And
Yeah.
then they had Popovich. They were just really stable. But it's going to be really hard for Oklahoma City to do that. By the way, the test case for that is the team that won it last year, Boston. They are so far into the second apron and so far overpaying. I can see a scenario.
Jaylen Brown.
Well, for sure, Drew Holiday, right?
Yeah.
I think Drew Holiday
moves.
and Porzingis are both going to be gone.
Ooh.
Well, next year you
I
don't
think they're going
have
to find a way to keep Derek White and then Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Tatum doesn't play next year because
Right, but you have to
he's
pay him.
rehab. You have to pay
It's
him.
how about this for an ouch? First year of his contract extension.
I know it's like 60-something million,
Which
right?
is the problem with Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid, who I want the Lakers to look
trade
at,
because he
and,
liked all 19 games he played.
and nobody else does. It's like
Stop it.
Michael and I are on an island.
Yeah.
Everybody else doesn't want to touch him.
No.
But
he
here's
only missed 63 games.
And it's not
Sorry.
like he
Not a
had
lot.
one
Yeah.
season
his
where
new
he missed
contract.
63 games.
He has $248 million guaranteed coming his way,
Yeah, he's in the 60s, right?
and the new contract starts next year.
Oof.
He's in the last year of his old contract this year, so it's a
Head for the
you
hills.
want to lock yourself into salary cap
Heck
hell
yeah, why
forever.
not?
Like I said to DeMarco, I'm okay having one guy that I can talk myself into. If he can just do the thing he's never done before, we're going to be okay. I can have one of those. I can tell myself with Luka, if we can just get him in shape, everything's is gonna be great. Well, it's never happened before.
Right.
If we can just keep him beat on the court, everything will be okay. That hasn't happened very often either.
Can I push back on the Luka thing a
Sure.
little bit? Look at Luka's numbers for his entire career. Every season he's been in the league. That's out of shape to you?
It's out of shape relative to some of the other guys I've seen in the league. He's a terrific player. I'm not criticizing his numbers, his ability. I'm saying that-
28, 8, and 8.
of course, I'm with you on all of that. What I'm saying is, everything I've heard, I think part of the reason he's here, that the first thing that JJ said in the press conference, that the rub on Luka has always been, if we could just get that extra, whatever it is, 2.5% out of him physically, the sky is the limit. We've been saying that since he got here.
Yeah, but my counter to that is there are some guys who can perform when they're not in perfect shape.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
And he got Dallas
He's
to
Tony,
the finals now.
he's Tony Siragusa.
Oh, okay.
Although,
Oh, wait a minute.
Although,
Wait.
have you seen
Bad
the
example.
pictures?
Right.
I have.
Have you seen
I have.
the
He looks
photos?
great.
He led him to the Super Bowl.
Did you see these new photos of Luka?
What's he look like?
So to me, he looks like he looked like
No,
last
he
year.
looks skinny.
He looks
as
thin.
hell.
Let me see.
Yeah, he looks thinner.
Let me see him.
He looks good.
You can't even tell. It's just a shot of
Oh
his.
my God!
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Man down.
That's the
Oh, my
old
God.
Mason.
Yes.
Man down.
Mason hasn't done that in over a
Oh
year.
my God.
It's a good one. Doesn't he look?
hope it was
you
worth
can
it.
hear
You
the
can't
water.
tell anything from those pictures.
Yeah, I'm with Ireland on that
I think
one.
he looks super skinny.
Yeah.
I so much
See
so
what
that
you
I
wanna
just
see.
dumped a drink.
Yeah.
That looks pretty
very
refreshing.
That
That
does.
is-
It did look
Oh,
refreshing.
it's very
Yeah.
refreshing.
All right, we'll leave it to you guys. That's
Yes.
Super Crosstalk. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the
And
most.
it is a Cappy Ticket Thursday right here on 710 ESPN. What I want you to do is listen for the cue to call all day long. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710 ESPN. Then you're going to join Cappy tomorrow night with me, Beto Duran, producer Lindsay Baseball, the whole gang at the Cappy $10,000 Blackjack Tournament. Jack at the all-new, beautifully remodeled Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. Your chance to win free play with Cappy Bucks and cash tomorrow night. The first ever Cappy $10,000 Blackjack Tournament. Keep listening for your chance to win all day long on a Cappy Ticket Thursday from Park West Bicycle Casino and 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland is on for your Thursday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go. Time for the Hall of Famers on this Thursday, June 5th. NBA Finals Game 1 tonight. Pacers Thunder. You'll hear it here at 5:30 p.m. on 710 a.m. and on the all-new ESPN LA app. Meanwhile, you know, sometimes you just got to calm down, right, Mace?
I am going to give Pepe some advice. calm down.
No, Pepe.
Wait, what are you doing? Pace yourself.
What? No, we
Pace
want
yourself.
him that way.
No, we want him to have energy at the end of the show. We don't want him to run out of gas like he did last week. Last week, the third hour is no
picking on me.
Pepe.
Now you're picking on me, too.
Exactly. Give it to him.
Laura was speaking on me last week.
Here's to hoping that none of us run out of gas by the end of the show. We hope. Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland, here Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon. How dare you try and temper Pepe Montilla?
By the way, that whole thing, the third hour thing, just made up. He's fine in the third hour, but it worked. He made a promo. So what's going on, people? We got the NBA Finals starting tonight. And right out of the box, John, Mythical Money.
Mythical money.
Let's go with OKC, and I check the number, but I think it's 8.5. Give me OKC and lay the 8.5. I think they're going to blow Indiana's doors off tonight.
I think Indiana's best chance to get a game is tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we will find out. $10,000 mythical dollars on OKC.
By the way, breaking news. You guys see this?
What?
Aaron Rodgers has told the Steelers he plans to sign a one-year deal and report to camp next week.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Aaron Rodgers back in the game. Your favorite guy, Mace. We got a whole 6 months of Aaron Rodgers conspiracy theory.
Thankfully, they're probably only a 9-8 team, so I'm not kidding. But Emily,
oh yeah, that's her team,
who is a big Steelers fan and a big Aaron Rodgers hater, is going to be just torn apart by this upcoming 2025 season. I feel for you, Emily. Feel for you. Hey,
better her than us.
Dodgers. I'm looking at the Dodgers last night, and then I did a little searching around today. They lose last night 6-1. They've now lost 3 out of 4. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, but now they've lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets. They're in a really tough part of the schedule. But they opened the season winning their first 8 games. They're now 500 over the last month, and they've had only 3 winning streaks of more than 2 games. They still have the 4th best record in Major League Baseball, but it feels shaky to me because of the pitching.
So
115 wins, by the way, is completely sailed. I'm hoping they get to 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a major pivot for you. So are you saying that there is a chance, sounds like you're saying there's a decent chance, that Bill Plaschke is right?
Well, no. He says they'll drift out of contention.
By the end of this month.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to drift. I think they'll tread water until the end of the month.
On July 1st.
First place.
You know, they got a lot of games against the Padres.
I know, that's why. Do you want to put a little mythical money on that?
Yes.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So you say they'll be.
I say they will not be in first place.
And I say they will.
And you're talking about in the National League West.
National League West on July 1.
All right, $5,000.
$5,000 on. We are just betting fake money like crazy
left
today.
and right.
It's nonstop fake money. Dodgers playing an afternoon game today. So we'll keep an eye on that. It is Knack Day. Landon Knack. Is Knack Day going to catch on, Brian Cohen?
I think so. When he has a couple good starts in a row, oh, yeah.
He has had a couple
of
good
starts
in a row.
When I hear it, I think you're saying Nap Day, and I love naps.
Yeah, you are Mr. Nap.
I get a little disappointed.
You have the nap market wrapped up.
If I don't get to take a nap on Nap Day, come on.
Yeah, is it National Nap? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's
National
no
Ketchup
such
Day.
thing. Oh, tell Michael.
Yeah, Michael Thompson. We should have moved that to yesterday, the annual ketchup holiday. It's also National Thank You Day.
Who are we supposed to thank?
Who do you think you would like to thank? The table is yours. Thank somebody now. One person now.
Who deserves a thank you around here?
And by the way, I'm counting out like my mom and not stepdad Lee. Not that he would be on the list, but my mom.
Pope Leo.
Yeah, not Pope Leo. Thank somebody, John.
Okay.
Somebody that deserves a thank you that normally doesn't get one.
All right. I'm going to thank Carlos Saisu, who works here, because I think before Carlo got here, we had 0 social media presence. And since he's got here, we probably have the best social media presence in the whole town.
Yes, exactly.
So that's all.
Okay. Brian, who do you want to thank?
I'd like to take this time to thank myself, you know?
Hey, Terrell Owens.
Thank yourself for what?
I love me some me.
Yeah.
That sounded like you sound like Mason.
Yeah, that's not at all
He's rubbing off on you.
self-centered. Yeah. That's it?
No, I'd like to thank Dave Roberts for finally bringing a real one home, because that was huge. Okay. City of LA loves you, Dave.
Very good, very good. Laura, who do you want to thank?
Not funny, but I actually was going to thank Brian Cohen, because I feel like he's the reason why a lot of what we do in this show kind of flows the way it does. So.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
That's why I thanked myself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to thank John Ireland. No, I'm kidding.
You don't want to thank anybody?
Oh, no, I definitely do. I want to thank Ron Mitchell.
Why?
Because he gets me more endorsements than anybody in the sales department. So, Ron, go Ron.
Because normally you curse his name because you say this copy sucks.
And by the way, I do. And also, he is a terrible softball pitcher. And we
you
have
claimed, you made him your first-round pick one year and claimed he was going to win the whole thing, and then you blame me.
Yeah.
You said, why'd you take Ron Mitchell? Because you told me to.
So here's the interesting about Ron. So we got our softball game coming up on July the 11th, and I think we might have our draft coming up next Thursday, maybe. I don't think you're going to be here, but maybe.
You don't want me here. Last time I picked your team, you got killed.
Very bad picker. But Ron Mitchell is a softball pitcher who loops the ball way into the air and down on the plate.
Right.
Now, there was a ruling made that you could only go like this high.
So it took away his act?
Took away his advantage. So now, probably Momo's going to pitch for me. I'm going to grab Momo on a late-round draft pick. She'll love that I said that. A late-round draft pick. Star of Stanford.
She's going to text you.
Cal, star of Cal. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? Okay, coming up next, John. This is interesting. Adam Silver says it's a good thing that two smaller market teams are in the NBA Finals.
Is it?
Yeah, we will do that coming up next, Adam. In the meantime, what's on tap today on 710 ESPN? Well, the NBA Finals start tonight in Oklahoma. Coverage starts at 5:30 on 710 and on the all-new ESPN LA app. Thank you to Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. So I'm looking at the little screen in front of me when I'm driving to work today in my Hyundai Elantra, and I see 50 miles per gallon because it's a hybrid. I'm like, damn, 50 miles per gallon is
That's
crazy.
pretty good.
It's amazing. The Elantra hybrid is terrific. The Sonata, super stylish. In fact, Momo's brother got a Sonata and absolutely loves it. If you want to go SUV, go Santa Fe. Look, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include the available class exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, every Hyundai also comes with a complete 10-year warranty for 100,000 miles. That's a limited powertrain warranty. It's time for you to take your test drive of your favorite Hyundai today, only at your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It is a Cappy Ticket Thursday, and this is your cue to call. Be caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You get a 4-pack of spots. You and 3 friends to tomorrow night. The Cappy $10,000 Blackjack tournament at the all-remodeled, redesigned, and absolutely gorgeous Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Garden. It's going to be a Friday. Fun. Party, oh party. We start broadcasting live at 3 p.m. and then after the show at 6, Blackjack time. You and 3 of your friends, you win a 4-pack right now. Caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN. On a Cappy Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Check out this true crime story. An IT manager came in on Monday, tried to log in, and couldn't. A ransom message popped up. All company data, customer files, bank info, everything was locked. If they didn't pay $250K in Bitcoin, it would all be wiped. Protect your business with Thrive, America's leading managed security provider. Start with a free cyber risk assessment at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 Blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
And it is Mason and Ireland. Your Monday afternoon, the Waba Grill lunch hour is on. Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you as the Waba Grill lunch hour continues on 710.
Knack Day. We got a theme song. Dodgers will be taking on the Mets this afternoon at Dodger Stadium. Final game of a 4-game series. And yes, Landon Knack will be the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. That's a little My Sharona there. Hey, you want to be part of the first...
No Freddie Freeman in the lineup
Yeah,
today,
no Freddie, exactly. Dave didn't want to play him in a night game, afternoon game situation. If you want to be part of the first ever Blackjack tournament with Cappy, you can win a spot for you and your friends once you hear the cue to call all day long. It's all happening tomorrow. Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. Going to be a party. Keep on listening for your chance to win. So, John, where do you think Oklahoma City ranks in terms of cities in America population?
Probably in the 40s.
No, 20th. More than I thought.
Yeah, that is more people than I thought.
Where do you think Indianapolis ranks?
Probably in the 20s.
16th.
Okay.
So when we say small market, these are small markets by the NBA, but they're both top 20 cities.
Right.
And yet, I don't think it's going to do numbers, despite how good the teams are and how exciting the teams are. Are you in agreement on that?
I'd be surprised if this has decent ratings because there's no Steph Curry, there's no LeBron. The biggest star is SGA, but he's a new star.
Yep.
And I just don't think a lot of people know these teams. But I thought what Adam Silver said yesterday was interesting.
Okay.
He talked about, think if this was the NFL. Well, we've got it, right? Here's what Adam said yesterday. He was on Fox Sports 1.
It's one thing I really admire about the NFL. I mean, if we were going into a Super Bowl and it was Packers against Steelers, you guys would be celebrating that. Those would be storied franchises. People wouldn't be talking about, the fact that Pittsburgh is a small market. So in fact, I'm happy whatever team ends up in the finals, but it's been intentional from our standpoint to create a system, a collective bargaining agreement that allows more teams to compete. And just by way of background, we're going to have to go through a process of getting to the point where people are accustomed to tuning into the finals because it's the two teams that deserve to be there, and it's the best basketball. Similar to, again, with the Super Bowl, if I asked somebody if they were going to watch the Super Bowl, they wouldn't say who's playing. It's a national holiday. And now that's nirvana.
That's the goal.
I'm not saying we're anywhere close to that yet. There's still, if the Knicks are in the finals, there's a segment of our fan base that's going to watch that may not watch if it's other teams. But my job is to get people to love and follow this game, and so that if you're a huge basketball fan, you should want to tune into the finals because that's the best basketball.
I don't think he's wrong.
Well, I mean, I think it'll be great, exciting basketball. I mean, I think it's going to be a fun series. You can't compare the NBA Finals to the Super Bowl.
You and I always talk about the NHL. The NHL had a great game one last night.
Yep.
Their opener, it's
Edmonton
Edmonton against Florida. Blah,
in
blah.
overtime.
You and I aren't going to watch very much of that.
No.
Because we only watch when the Kings are in it.
Yeah.
We're Kings fans. We're not really hockey fans. I think that there's going to be a little bit of that with these NBA Finals. You and I are big basketball fans. I'll watch. You might watch. I think most people could kind of take it or leave it.
Yeah. I think it's not – the NBA is a little bit more regionalized. It's a little bit more like baseball than it is like football.
But last year it was the dream for baseball. Market 1 against Market 2. Yankees, Dodgers.
Right, and they hit pay dirt on
so
that.
what's this? You said this is 16 against 20?
Yeah, 16
a
against
little
20.
Different.
There you go. It's different.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a down year, but I think the basketball has a chance to be very, very good. All right, so, John, I wanted to get into this as an issue. This is what Doc Rivers said about Dennis Rodman. He said it would ruin his reputation if people knew what a nice guy he really was off the court. I find that interesting because his brand, crazy, nutty, on his beat, marches to the beat of his own drummer, all that stuff. And Doc Rivers says, just a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Is that your experience of Dennis Rodman?
Completely.
Really?
Yeah.
So all the rest of it is an act.
Well, what would be the act?
Oh, wearing wedding dresses and
all
that business.
He's good at garnering attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that is his brand, right?
Right.
His brand is kind of crazy and offbeat.
So you know what I would compare it to? This is kind of a weird comp, but have you ever talked to any of the Kardashians?
No.
They're super nice.
Oh, you always say we had Kim on the show.
Yeah, she's been on twice.
Yeah, I don't recall any of it.
Yeah, they're super nice.
Yeah.
But their reputation.
There's a reason you don't remember.
Yeah. What's that? See, there's
What's the reason I don't remember?
Example of it, Laura. You don't like them?
Is this Kardashian slander?
No oxygenless. Just saying. Snooze.
Oh, snooze. Okay.
She's probably boring.
No, I'm sure if she was on our show, she was fun and entertaining and loose and excited.
But if most people find the Kardashians polarizing.
Yes,
they're super nice.
Yeah,
yeah. I think most people. I think if people met them, they would go, "Oh, okay, they're really nice."
But I don't think nice is their brand.
Right, but it's their reality.
Is who they are.
Right. I'm just drawing that comp to Rodman. Nice is not Rodman's brand, but I've talked to him a few times, and every time he's been great.
Okay, you've gone exactly where I wanted you to go. What is John Ireland's brand?
I would hope people would say that he treats everybody like he would want to be treated. That's my goal. That I live by the golden rule. That I treat you like I would hope you treat me.
Right.
That would be my brand.
So, wow, that's a really nice brand.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, Laura, do you find that with me? You know me, Brian?
I agree.
Yeah.
But is that your public self or is that just your private self?
Here's an interesting thing. Unlike you,
right?
I have no separation between those two things.
Right.
I'm the same in public as I am in private.
Right.
You are on when you're on the show. You like flip a switch.
Yep.
When the show ends, people are really surprised to find that you don't like talking.
I don't like talking on the phone.
Well, you kind of keep to yourself.
I do a little bit. Yeah. I do a little bit.
You're more introverted than people expect.
I am.
I'm the same all the time.
All the time, right?
On the air and off.
And there are people that are like, Brian, what is your brand? What's the Brian Cohen brand?
It's a very good question. I don't know. I don't know if I have a true brand.
Oh, come on, Brian.
Right.
You're relaxed, chill.
Yeah,
Very
Maybe
chill.
like a I don't know, turtle.
Easygoing.
You know what I mean?
Turtle.
You're like a turtle?
To where like,
You like
I like my solitude. I don't really like to be out.
So you
I'm
just
not an
like going
extrovert.
into your shell?
Yeah, and you know,
Mace,
slow
you have
down
a
the
little-
pace.
Well, what do you think your brand is?
My brand publicly is kind of knows sports, kind of crazy, and will say most anything.
What's unusual about that is I think you'll agree with this.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, when you use the dump button, it's to dump me, not you.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm
yeah.
the one that says anything.
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean,
just let you control it.
As a former management guy, I know what the FCC says go, and I know what they say no. Although I can't remember the last time we hit the dump button around here. It's been a while.
Usually because of a listener or something in sports.
Yeah, a
graffiti.
listener
No, we
says
hit
something.
it. No, we hit it. Oh no, I thought we hit it the other day. It was something about Brian and music, and I thought I hit it, or we hit the dump, but we didn't.
Right.
Like on the pod.
Ireland's- Laura's going like this.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
and now she's doing this.
No, so
like,
now
cut.
Laura wants to dump this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cut this.
Yeah. So that was the
Okay.
last time I think
Lip
we used
sealed. Okay, got it. Yeah, no, I think my brand is kind of pretty well established. I'm the crazy one. You're the straight man. I'm the literally. And I'm the crazy guy. Laura, what's your brand? Don't say vibey. Do not say vibey. That is not a brand. Nobody knows what that means. Apparently, except
Sedano knew what that meant.
Yeah, sure he did.
I would hope that people say authentic. I don't like being fake. I'm very straightforward.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good brand.
All right. So you guys were talking about how we were all curious how Emily was going to react when she finds out about Aaron Rodgers.
Has she spoken?
Yeah. 18 minutes ago. Everyone get ready for my Week 7 crash out when they are losing and Aaron Rodgers decides to blame it on the vaccine.
Oh.
She's already all in her
Oh,
feels.
that's funny. That is funny. Poor M.
Yeah,
Poor M. An entire season, like when there was speculation that, well, maybe the Rams would get Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
and I
God,
was like, oh my God, every week I'm going to be rooting for them and against them.
See, I don't root against Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player, but he's just a
Why do I care what his personal politics
just
are?
a wacko. I don't care about the He's just wacko and self. He wants to be in the spotlight constantly.
Well, so do you.
But I'm a talk show host. He's a quarterback. There are no other quarterbacks who say, yeah, look at me once a week. I'm going to say stuff about controversial business, ayahuasca. I mean, all that. You don't hear that from Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has a job, and he does it, and we don't get a lot of crap. We get a lot of crap with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about he's definitely the most polarizing quarterback. Is Russell Wilson second?
Yeah.
For whatever reason?
That's right.
Wearing his jersey on planes.
It's inauthenticity.
People find Russell Wilson to be, for lack of a better word, phony.
Yes.
I don't know if it's true, but people think that.
Phony and corny.
I'm gonna say corny. Yeah,
Corny
the great
also.
word. Corny.
He's just a little hacky in his stuff. There's not really another quarterback who draws as much attention. You know who draws the second most attention amongst NFL quarterbacks?
Mahomes?
Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, every day, like we watched the Get Up today, there was another segment on Shedeur. Could he start? We did a segment on that yesterday. Shedeur just has captured the fascination of the sports public, and you almost have to keep track of what he's doing and where he's going. All right, going to spin the wheel of questions. Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you're hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. I saw Ian Siegel today. Ian Siegel invented ZipRecruiter, and he puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance, and he's right. Go to this website if you're hiring, and you can use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Go to that exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
We are your
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet great people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass
There
question.
you go.
Maybe. Actually, it's interesting that it lands here because
Huh?
we kind of did something yesterday in regards to my niece and being super disrespectful for not answering my call.
Okay, right. Now what?
So it has to deal with the call.
Yeah,
And my
okay.
family.
Yeah.
So as you guys, we talk about it very openly on the air. You know, we are Disney employees and we have a wonderful perk that we can go to Disney. So my cousin, who I haven't spoken to in a few months, hits me up and asks if I can take her and one of her like 10-year-old son to Disney because they're going on vacation, summer
Okay.
vacation. And I was like, hey, it just depends, whatever. You know, I give her the runaround of how things work. And she goes, okay, well, just let me know. But unfortunately, due to my schedule, it's hard to take her
Okay.
in the morning. She thought the phone hung up. And it didn't.
Oh, no.
And she goes, and I'm hearing her talk to who I believe is probably like her older daughter or somebody. And she goes, damn, this bleep can't hook me up. And I was like, whoa. Like,
Well, she's going to know now.
yeah. And then I was like, no, well, she knew because I was like, oh, really, this
Yeah.
bleep?
Oh,
And
you
she's
called
like-
her on it.
Yeah, I did. And then she goes, oh, no, I'm just fine. It's just funny.
But this was after you thought the call was over. You heard her
No,
say that.
she thought the call
No, my
was
cousin thought the call. She thought she hung up.
So you're still
I'm in the car
Yeah.
driving to my knee therapy. So I do all CarPlay. Usually when people hang up, it hangs up
Yeah.
on itself. Whatever, I don't care. And I go back to my music. But I noticed that it didn't hang up, and
Right.
she said that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Oh my God, no! I'm just, I gotta tell my kids." Ha ha ha. Whether she meant it or not, whatever. I was like, "All right, girl, I see you."
So I
see where you're at.
think here's this is the rule I follow, because it will happen all the time, especially with my mom and not stepdad Leo, where they
Mhm.
will call me, we'll have a conversation, nice conversation, then they will think they hung up, but I continue to hear them. You know what I do right away?
You hang up.
Hang up. I
Right.
don't want to hear what they're saying about me after the
But
call.
this was quick. Like, it wasn't even like a few seconds. It was like, think, blah, blah, and she opened her mouth.
Right,
so
right.
my question was, what is something you accidentally said about somebody when you thought you hung up?
Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
All right. So one time I was texting, Mike Thompson was our boss.
Right.
And one time I was texting someone and they wanted to come on the show. And I basically blamed it on Mike. I said, look, we're working for this guy now, and he doesn't want us to have any guests, and I can't put you. I would put you on, but he's going to blah, blah. And I sent it, and I looked down, and I sent it to Mike Thompson by mistake. And he responds, he goes, yeah, I really am an a-hole. And I immediately called him. I go, dude, I do this. I actually do this all the time. This happened today. I sent you guys last night a potential guest idea. You guys said no good. Mm-hmm. So I immediately went to them and said, we can't have you on, blah, blah, blah. I blamed it on something other than us. But it would be if I sent it to the person I blamed it on.
Yeah, right.
And I did that to Mike, but he laughed off. He was a good sport.
We had a similar situation a number of years back. Greg Bergman was our producer, and I texted Greg.
You were mad at me about
something. I
was
mad at John, and I said, I got to talk to you about Ireland.
What is Ireland's deal?
What is his deal? Yeah. I'm going to talk to him. And immediately, John was on the other end of the text, and immediately John called it, What is it? What is it? What did I do?
Like, great.
What I do? Laura, how did you handle it? Are you still going to give them tickets to Disneyland?
I wouldn't.
I would not give them tickets to Disneyland. Sorry, you call me a B? No.
My cousin, I told her, I'll take your kids. You can't go. Because it's not the 10-year-old's fault.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. But the person that said...
No, I was like, you're not getting rewarded for calling me a B.
Yeah.
No, you handled that perfect. So the kids don't suffer.
Yep.
And then she...
And she does.
Yeah, she takes her punishment.
Yeah.
I was like,
Brian, ever run into a situation like this?
No, not me personally, but I have had a few friends kind of the same situation, thought they're talking about, somebody send it to that person. Never ends well.
Never ends well.
Ends well.
But I always, if I'm in that situation where they think the call is disconnected, bam, I disconnect too, because I just don't want to know what people really think of me.
We love you, Mace.
There's a guy down in San Diego. He did something I think I could do, John. Let's see if you think so.
Okay.
Rolled out of bed on the day of the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon, and with no training, ran the race.
Okay.
He walked for 10 miles as part of the race, but he did finish running both at the beginning and at the end. That's easy. Gimme. That's a gimme.
There is
LA
no
Marathon, here I
way you would finish.
You're allowed
and by
10
the way,
miles of walking.
You left a key part of this story out.
What?
He was saying this was it. This guy's married.
Yeah, married, and his wife did this to him.
Right, and so she got tired of him saying, "No, I could do that. I could do that." So she entered him into the race,
right,
and told him 2 hours before.
Yeah. And then he did it.
Yeah. No, you're too old.
I don't to walk.
Wait, you're gonna walk? You're gonna walk all 24 miles?
No, I won't walk all 24. But I'll walk 10 of them. That means you only got to run 14 miles, right? No, 15, 16.
Yeah, you ain't running 16
miles. Hell yes. Hell yes.
I thought it was a
Brian, what do you think?
Marathon?
Is he running 16 miles?
You imagine what a finely tuned.
He has 7 screws and a plate in his foot.
Athlete at the gym.
Did I get that right? Is it 7 screws and a plate?
10 screws and a plate.
Yeah,
you're right there.
Yeah. After about 1 mile, you would go, "Damn, my foot hurts. I'm out."
It would be tough. But I think I could do it for the bit.
I think you could do it with no time constraint. You can stop, take a little break.
Didn't Cappy finish the Ironman once?
He did. He was like...
He didn't love his time, but he finished.
Yeah, no, he did finish. Laura, could I do it? Are you listening?
I am.
Yeah, no, Laura, you're with me, right? He can't do it.
No.
If you were 20 years younger, if you were 40 instead of 60, you could do it.
You're a Mason denier.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm a 60-year-old Mason denier.
You think I can't do anything?
40-year-old Mason could do it. No, I think you can do most things, but not physical activity. You're terrible at it.
Yeah, it's
He's been in the gym.
I am in the gym 4 days a week.
In terms of athletic competition, he is
Mace Plant. Yeah, Mace
Plant.
I'm
not
he gets hurt.
I'm not the best. And by the way, at this year's softball game, like last year, I will manage and hit, but not play the field.
So how did you hurt your hands last year, if that's
2
all you did?
2 years ago.
Oh,
2
you didn't
years
get hurt
ago.
last year?
No, that was the end. I did not get hurt last year. All I had to do was dig into the box. And by the way, Brian, I sent one out there. I thought I had a shot.
You did have a shot
at
last
a home
year.
run
That was nice.
last year. Nice. It was in the ballpark. Draft is next week. Brian, you're near the top of the list. Close to
thank
the
you very
top of the
much.
list.
Thank you.
Scouting report is very, very good. Dodgers, by the way, excited to get Michael Kopech back. He's going to be back by the weekend, and I've been trumpeting this for a long time. He's going to be a huge part of the bullpen, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize he did 9 rehab starts at OKC gave up, I don't think it's 9, actually, 6. And he gave up 11 runs in 6 1/3 innings.
Wait a minute. Did they use him as a starter?
No, used him as a reliever. He only threw 6 1/3 innings, gave up 11 earned runs.
So maybe we shouldn't expect much.
This is the guy we're waiting for. He's the one that's the key that's going to unlock the bullpen.
Well, like I said, Tanner Scott's our guy.
Tanner Scott.
Yeah.
Roll with Tanner.
I just lit up Tanner Scott after he blew a game the other night, and then I said I would never put him back in. Very next game, they put him in a high leverage situation.
Got the win.
And he gets out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, Kirby Yates also expected that. I have high hopes for Kirby Yates. And the problem with the Dodgers is it is pitching. I mean, since May, they've had a 4.39 team ERA, and only 4 teams in the National League had a worse ERA in May. Now, it's obviously they've lost Glass now. They've lost Snell. They've lost guys like Evan Phillips.
Well, and their next 13 games are Cardinals, Padres, Giants, Padres.
Yeah.
So they could. I'm going to win that mythical money bet. No. I think that by the end of the year, they're where they need to be. But I think by the end of this month, they're going to be out.
I think you are so underestimating the Dodgers. I think
you're the one that said they're going to win 115 games. What, Brian? Would you say 118?
118. Yes.
How you feeling
sticking
about
with that one?
They would need to get on a serious roll.
They got to get healthy. And if they get 2 or 3 starters back, it can happen. It can still happen.
I don't know if 118 is possible, Brian.
I mean, the numbers technically, it still is possible.
Thank
they
you.
got about 100 left,
Mr. Odds. Yes,
right. They got about 100 games left.
Yeah,
right?
the chances are not 0. I guess is what Brian is saying.
There's a chance.
There is a chance. All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. What do you got today? By the way, I was mobbed by listeners when I walked over to LA Live today, when I was walking in LA Live. So many people listening to the show. Just fans of the show.
Oh, okay.
So I was mobbed. Both of these guys listen. To me, that's a mob.
Somebody yelled at you at Slay
when
we were there on Friday.
That's true. He said, you know what? That's amazing. He stood up at Slay and said, I'm a P1.
God bless you, sir.
God bless that guy. All right, Sports Graffiti's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cappy Ticket Thursday right here on 710 ESPN. What I want you to do is listen for the cue to call all day long when you hear it. Be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN. Then you're going to join Cappy tomorrow night with me, Beto Duran, producer Lindsay Baseball, the whole game.
Cappy at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. Prize Picks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now, for a limited time, get 2.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, here we go. There are a couple of lines open right now. It doesn't happen very often. 877-710-ESPN.
The one thing people say to us when they see us out in the streets, I would love to be on Sports Graffiti, but I can never get through. You can get through right now.
Now you can.
877-710-3776. If you've always wanted to be on Sports Graffiti, lines open now, 877-710-3776. You ready, Mace?
Yeah, ready.
Alec, you're our leadoff hitter today. Alec on Sports Graffiti, go.
Hey, guys, how you guys doing?
Great, man.
I saw you guys started the show thanking everyone. I wanted to thank you guys for not just being all sports and always having cool movie knowledge. Secondly, I wanted to say I think Thibodeau got what he deserved. The rap's been out on him ever since I can remember that this dude does not people and runs guys into the ground, and it bit him again. He has to adapt.
Okay, so Alec, make sure you listen at 1:30. We're going to do a segment about that specifically, about why Thibodeau might be like that.
Yes.
And it's interesting. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
Here's Thomas. Hey, Thomas, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I just think with the difficulties with the Dodgers is that they don't have people playing their true positions. It's like saying in football. If you have two quarterbacks, you have zero quarterbacks. We have so many guys who play second base, so many guys who play third, left field, center. It's just like stick with one, stick with the best position. And I just think that if you just have people playing it, because if you have so many guys move around the diamond, then it's almost like it's not their 100% because they have my 20%.
Right.
Here,
Yeah, but
30,
Thomas,
forth.
I think there's only two guys playing out of position. I mean, and Tommy Edman is good wherever he plays, so he doesn't really count.
Who do you think specifically?
Are you talking about Mookie and whoever they play in center?
Oh no, I'm just thinking about just have guys play Kim at second, play Edman at center. I just like there's just too much moving around.
Okay.
Now, yes, there's injuries, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like Kim. Why isn't Kim playing more? I think people are sick and tired of playing Conforto and Rojas, which I still don't understand why he pinch hit Rojas in the ninth over Freeman. That sounds insane. But I just feel like just play Paz at left and Edman at center.
Okay. Got it. Okay, makes sense. Adam, you're on Sports Graffiti. Adam, go for it.
Hey, guys. A small, fun correction for you.
Cool.
The other day, Ireland, you guys were talking about Lorne Michaels offering the Beatles $1 million to come on the show.
Somebody sent me a note that it wasn't that much. It was less than that.
Yeah, it was only $3,000. That was the joke. That's why it was so funny, because it was only $3,000, and yet John and Paul were still considering coming down.
Good for them. Yeah, would have been great had they done it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Here's David. Hey, David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, thank you for my call. I want to talk about the Saints. And what do you guys think of the quarterback situation and my head coach? Also, I'm getting married in July, and I want to invite you guys to my wedding.
Oh, well, definitely send us an invite.
Yes, we will not attend, but we'll send you
We'll
something.
send a gift.
Yeah, get it to us.
By the way, I think New Orleans, and there are reports out there right now that Kirk Cousins may be cut to save money from Atlanta. He would be a good fit right away in New Orleans because there are not a lot of open jobs. And I also like the kid that they drafted. I think second-round guy Tyler Shuck from Louisville had a really good year, was highly rated by some of the experts. I think if they don't sign somebody like Cousins, I think they should give Tyler Shuck a go.
Jerry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jerry, go.
Hey, guys. Hey, John, you keep saying that you want to pair up LeBron, Luka, and Embiid. If they do that, what's going to be left financially to handle any other more players coming in.
Well, remember, you can go over the cap to re-sign your own people.
players, yeah.
So you would still, depending on what you would give up in the trade, you would still have guys like Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent and
Right.
maybe Austin if he doesn't go in the deal.
Right.
And I don't think you'd have to give up Austin in that
Not
deal.
in that deal. I think
because they
looking,
just want to get out from under Embiid's
unload the
contract.
deal, yeah.
But I will say this. Michael and I are the only people that want Embiid. Everybody else at the station and everybody else we talk to thinks it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a John and Michael pipe dream.
Yeah.
Angelo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Angelo, go for it.
Gentlemen, happy Thursday afternoon. So, hey, Mace.
Yeah.
You planted an earworm in my ear a few weeks back, and it really drove me crazy. So you were singing the Total Wine song, and you're talking about how you liked it.
It's a hit.
It got stuck in my head, so I've got something for you.
Okay.
Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN. That's all I got, gentlemen.
That's pretty good, man.
Trust me, that Angelo will make its way into a bump.
And here, just for reference sake, listen to how dead on he was. Hit it, Brian.
Find what you love what you find. A total wine and more. There's so much waiting for.
All right, there you go.
The fact you
I think
think
it's
that
a hit.
love that song.
That could chart.
You two
that would
are
chart if they
morons.
released that.
No, we're not morons.
Who is the artist? I want to know the
Both
artist
of you.
behind that so we can promote her.
I sent you the video. They did like a little video.
What's
at
her
Total
latest?
Wine.
Do you have her latest?
Her
'Cause this
latest
an
is
oldie.
Total Wine and More, you
Total
dope.
Wine. That's it. It's a one-hit wonder.
Henry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Henry, go.
Hey, how you doing? Henry Signal Hill, four-time caller. I just wanted to say hello. I made a prediction about 3 weeks with you guys about the Indiana Pacers, and they followed through. I even heard you guys say it was a good call. I think they got a good shot, as better than anyone. I think they did really well to knock down the Knicks. What do you guys feel like?
All right.
They have a chance. I don't think they have much of a chance.
No, I don't either.
But I'm saying Oklahoma City in 6. I think that's the most positive. That's the pro-Indiana position.
Right.
Everybody else. Travis said today Thunder and 4.
I say Thunder and 5.
I think most people are with you.
Yeah.
I think most people. Bill Simmons yesterday said Thunder
Thunder
and 5.
Yeah. By the way, I love that guy said fourth-time caller.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Evan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Evan, go for it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Cool.
I just want to thank John for telling me to go to Lake Como.
Oh, you went. Evan, you went?
I just got back from 4 nights in Lake Como.
Oh, how great is it? It's so good.
That's amazing.
We were originally just going to stay in Milan, but after hearing you, I was like, you know what? Let's go to Lake Como. And then we didn't want to leave.
Yeah, I was the exact same way. When I went, Evan, we were doing 3 days in Rome, 3 days in Venice, 3 days in Como. And we went to Como first, and I had the same reaction you did. I don't want to leave here. We need to reschedule this trip and just do it all here. So if I go back, and my wife wants to go back next year in 26,
yeah.
I think we're just going to do Como.
Just do Lake Como.
Because I've already done Rome, I've done Florence, I've done Venice. Como's the spot.
By the way, Milan sucks. I do not
Nothing
like
to do
Milan
there.
at all.
And Florence is very limited in things to do.
Florence has got art.
Rome
right?
and Venice are great.
Yeah.
Venice is really great.
Milan's got nothing, and I got pickpocketed there. I will never go to that town again. Ever.
And don't go to the Sistine Chapel. It's a waste of
The
time.
Sistine Chapel is absolutely beautiful. That's where they elected Pope Leo.
Or not Pope Leo.
Yes.
Depending on how you see things.
Right.
Steve, you're on Sports Graffiti. Steve, go.
Good afternoon. Hey, guys. First of all, let me just quickly ask for a couple extra minutes to explain why John is so wrong once again on Laker basketball.
Okay, got it. So wrong.
You were so wrong. He was talking about LeBron, why he shouldn't take less. What are the reasons? And he mentioned what Kobe did.
Right.
Kobe took a two-year, $48.5 million deal after his Achilles. Okay.
Right.
Now, was that below market value? Perhaps.
Yeah, he could have made at the time the most they could have given him was 30.
Okay, but let's get to the bottom of this. That was in 2013. At the end of the summer, they signed Mozgov and Deng after Kobe was gone. in 2016. Unrelated, completely, John.
No,
unrelated.
wait a minute.
That was later.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Moskov and Deng were on the team when Kobe came back from his Achilles injury. That's what they did with the money. That's what they took the money that Kobe saved them and spent it on guys like Moskov and Deng.
Wait, but they gave him that contract that you're talking about in 2013.
Right, but Steve, what you're talking about is you want LeBron to take less money so they can spend it on other guys.
I want him to be in cahoots with the front office about, hey, what will keep us under the second apron? In other words, if you guys sign X or Y or Z, and if you can do that, look, he needs to go lower than we think. He needs to go.
Well, Steve, if they do it the way you just described, then you and I are on the same page. I'm okay if they tell LeBron what they're going to do with the money. But if they don't, if they just say,
I think they would.
Trust me?
Well, no, I think it's a partnership, right?
Right.
Isn't Rob not having that open dialogue with LeBron?
If they do that,
right.
I'm good with that.
It is weird, though. Deng signed in summer of 16.
Right. But Kobe gave them more money to give them more flexibility to sign other players. And then, Kobe was already under contract, I think.
Through 2015, 2016, and they signed Deng in the summer of 16.
Right. So Kobe, the money that they saved from Kobe, they reapplied to Deng and Moskov. So it all depends on what you do with the money. I have zero issues if LeBron takes less money, if he's on board with who they're going to sign. What I said was I wouldn't take anybody's word for it. I want to know what you're doing with the money.
Yeah, I mean, I assume LeBron and Rob and Luka are all talking because they're partners, and LeBron's saying, hey, I really like that guy, I don't like that guy, this guy I could play with, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And at some point, LeBron's going to say, all right, that's the right direction. I will take less money. So we have our mid-level exception. Right now, they don't have a mid-level exception because they're capped.
David, you're on Sports Graffiti. David, go for it.
Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
So I had a quick question and a quick little story I wanted to throw by you guys. The question is, what was the biggest sports event that you missed completely? This is like before phones and Twitter and everything. What is something that you completely missed because you didn't have a TV, you went to a funeral, you went to a wedding, something like that? And then for me, my story was, quickly, I was 12 years old, 2002, big, massive Laker fan. My sister's 5 years older, super bossy, wanted to take us out to the park, me and my younger sister. We went. And I was like, okay, but I need to listen to the game. I'm a big Laker fan. And she said, okay, we're going to get a radio and get you batteries, and we can listen to on the radio. Cool, fine. She bought the wrong batteries. I was super upset. And so I spent the rest of the day just moping around. And then when I got home later that day, my parents were waiting at home, and they were screaming, came out to tell me what happened. They told me that Robert Horry hit a shot against the Sacramento Kings in 2002.
Yeah, one of the great shots in Laker history.
Wow,
okay.
That's a rough
David,
one.
I've got two of them for you. The first one is 1988, Game 1 of the World Series. The famous Kirk Gibson home run. I'm at a party at my friend Greg Kerr's house in Beaumont, Texas. And remember when you used to go to parties and people would have kegs in the backyard?
Yeah, that's called college to me.
You'd have to pump the keg to fill it. So I go out to the back to fill up my beer at the keg, and I hear this loud roar inside the house. And I run back in just in time to see Gibson, rounding the bases, but I did not see it.
Right.
Did you at least see the fist bump?
No. Got there. He was rounding third. I missed everything.
Oh, man.
So that's number one. Number two, the famous Derek Fisher 0.4 shot.
0.4, yeah.
I'm in San Antonio in the arena. And if you go, I'm sitting in my seat. And if you go back and look at the end of that game, Tim Duncan hit a fall-away 20-footer.
Over Shaq.
And then the Lakers called timeout with 0.4 to go. But I thought Duncan's shot was the game winner. So I grabbed my photographer and ran to the back and was standing in the hallway outside the Laker locker room and saw on a black and white TV Derek Fisher hit that shot, even though I was in the building.
Wow.
But I didn't see it live.
For me, I got to go back to, July 14th, 1995. Any idea what happened then?
95 on July 14th.
Mason had a stalker. And Mason didn't go.
I went to a game. You didn't go, and Ramon Martinez threw a
no-hitter. I've lived my whole life. I want to see a no-hitter, and that stalker lady kept me from going to the game that night, so I missed the no-no.
I remember that lady. You made the right decision.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, not going was the right call.
All right, our friend Nikki Kay.
Nikki Kay.
She's from L.A. Nikki went to UCLA. She's from here. But she worked for, I think, 5 or 6 years in Oklahoma City, so she's gone back for the finals. And she's going to the game tonight in OKC, and so she's going to join us next.
We'll do it coming up next. Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you are having any trouble emotionally, issues with your mental health, I'm telling you, there's somebody you can talk to right now. Mental health is health. Go to BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Mason and Ireland. Sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, quote, inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at HIMS.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED. But HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to HIMS.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And you know you can always watch the show on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. But Mason doesn't like when the social media team that runs the show on YouTube isn't paying attention in the back.
Tell those guys behind you to pay attention.
Yeah, tell them to pay attention. I mean, they're YouTubing us. Why are they not listening to the show, damn it? We're not even... Look, we're talking about listeners. We can't even carry their guys that are 2 rooms over.
I mean, I think they're supposed to pay attention. I think.
Are we not holding your attention?
Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
That damn room. They're never paying attention over there, Reese.
Now this,
yes,
this is a catchy song. Screw Total Wine and More.
I like
this
Total Wine
song
and
came
More.
out on this day in what year? I'm trying to think.
2021.
2021.
This is BTS. They're a big deal over there
Oh,
in Korea.
yeah. That's a big deal here, too. There's those K-pop bands. They have like 11 people.
These guys
They have so many guys in their band.
They blew the crowd away. They opened the Grammys that year.
But like our boy bands have 4, generally speaking.
And so you're saying they're like Menudo. They got like 11 dudes.
Right, how many
that are
guys does
interchangeable?
BTS has got like 8 people.
I don't know, but yeah.
It's
But
only
only 5 at a time, right?
No, they're all out there doing their thing.
Is it all of them?
Actually, get Nikki Kay's take. Nikki Kay
right.
from Channel 1 is here.
Is she on line 11, Laura?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Hi, Nikki Kay.
What's up, boys? That was a really hip song and intro. I'm so proud of you.
Nikki, how many members in BTS? Do you know?
She dropped.
She dropped.
She was like, nope, I'm not talking about
Laura,
BTS.
every one of my phones dropped. I think our
no.
phones dropped. Oh, that's too bad.
That is too bad.
That is Nikki's shortest appearance
Yeah.
on Mason and Ireland of all time.
And by the way, if you missed it, you can get it on the podcast.
I don't even think you can call her back, can you?
I will try.
Yeah,
I mean, think we hung up on
the
her.
phones.
No. My phones are all dead. Are your phones dead?
My phones have emojis next to every line.
Well, just try and reset them, Laura, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But-
no, for sure not. There are microphone emojis. There's, I don't know what the hell's.
All right,
oh,
no-
wait, I got it. I got it. I
All right,
fixed it.
call her back.
Yes, all I did was hit it. I just
hit it.
You're like the Fonz?
Yeah.
You just,
I just hit the
Joe,
phone
by
and
the
it's
way,
working.
when I say that, Brian, how old are you?
30.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I say you're like the Fonz?
No idea.
Okay. So on the TV show Happy Days, back in the day, which was a big hit show,
Started probably 25 years before you were born.
Henry Winkler, who now people know from Barry.
Barry's great.
Henry Winkler played this really cool character called the Fonz, Arthur Fonzarelli. And he could just, if anything was broken, he could do exactly what Mason just did. He'd just whack it.
Yep.
And the thing would start working again. Man, that'd be a great skill to have.
Oh, it would be. By the way, BTS 7 members.
That's more than I thought.
That's a lot. I was in that ballpark, right?
Yeah.
It seems like 11 when they're out there. They're everywhere. But the K-pop thing just blew up gigantic.
All right,
Obviously.
so Laura was trying to call Nikki back, and then she left.
Well, in the meantime, let me ask, are you going to be at Cappy's Blackjack tournament? It is tomorrow. You can win a spot for you and your friends once you hear the cue to call all day long. It's all happening. Friday, June the 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino. This is tomorrow in the city of Bell Gardens. Going to be a party. Cappy always brings the party.
And you can still sign up for it even though the tournament is tomorrow?
Yes, you can sign up for it. Go to ESPNLA.com or listen for your chance to win a little bit later on when they're on.
All right, Laura, where are we at?
I think we got Nikki Kay.
All right.
The Nikki Kay.
Nikki, we did not hang up on you. All of our phones went haywire.
Is that what we call a tease?
That
Yes,
was a tease.
That was very much a tease. Now, Nikki's from here. She's from
Right.
California. But she worked.
Yes.
How long did you work in Oklahoma City?
2 years. And John, I was thinking, I love it when you do justice to the local TV route, right? You started in Beaumont, was it?
I started in Monroe, Louisiana. I was there for 6 months.
Monroe.
Then I went to Beaumont, Texas for 4 years, and then I got to San Diego. What was yours?
Okay, yeah. So I had a similar trajectory. Graduated UCLA. I went to Twin Falls, Idaho. And then my first pro team coverage, though, was the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And that's where, you really learn how to become a sports journalist out there, especially when you've got the Grandma Sues in Oklahoma who know the third string safety of the Oklahoma Sooners. You have to be really accountable. But a little story for you guys. I wanted to get out of OKC as soon as I got there. And my first week on the job, it was Kobe's final road game. And then it was the 2016 Western Conference Finals playoff push for the Thunder. And the one where Klay Thompson goes off.
Right.
And
Yep.
The Thunder.
Game 6 Klay.
Yeah, Kevin loses.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the following year, my strategy was to go to every visiting NBA team's shoot-around and introduce myself to the PR person there and
Smart.
say, hey, I'm Nikki Kay. Here's my business card. Hire me as your sideline reporter. So naturally, when the Lakers came to town, I was so nervous. It was Luke Walton. It was, I forget, the faces of that team specifically, but I walked into the Lakers visiting locker room in the Thunder's arena called the Peak at the time, and I see a guy in a business suit, and I'm like, this has got to be someone associated with PR. And I walk up and I go, hey, my name's Nikki. I'm from Southern California. I want to get back there. And he goes, oh, hi, my name's John. I don't think I'm the right person you need to be talking to, but I also went to UCLA. Great to meet you. And then I start to think, I'm like, wait, is this the John Ireland? And that, ironically enough, despite being from Southern California and the UCLA Bruin, is how I came to be friends with the one and only John Ireland.
Wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
All right. So,
Impressive.
Nikki, I was trying to explain to people, and you could explain it better than me, but going to a Thunder game is, and this is what you can watch on TV tonight, is almost like going to a college game, right? Like nobody sits down until they score. They give them standing ovations even when they play bad. It's more like a college atmosphere, right?
Everyone wears the free T-shirts. You walk in and they've got folded little fans that you can start clapping, with it. And I actually went back for game 1 of the Western Conference Finals just because I know how thrilling of a sports experience it is. And you kind of step into that bowl and you feel like you're part of a cult immediately in the best of ways because everyone's matching and they're just standing there, hitting the clappers. And it's relentless. It is one of the most oppressive and encompassing environments you can step into as an opponent. But I have to imagine Gainbridge Fieldhouse is a similar environment. I haven't been in there for a Pacers game though.
Yeah, so I have. It's great. So these are two great arenas.
I've been to Indiana as a town.
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis to me is bland and boring. Now, Oklahoma City, is it more bland or boring than Indianapolis or less?
Let me phrase it differently. Nikki, you I don't think you're not married, right?
I am single.
Okay.
For all the eligible bachelors out there, send John your resume.
Yes, I will screen them, but they have to get through me before they can get to you. But here's my question. I assume you went on dates in Oklahoma City. What did you do? I mean, what is there to do in that town? I'd like to go to the movies. What did you do?
Watch the corn grow.
The biggest feature, there's Lake Hefner out there, and I will never forget someone taking me there and putting their hands around their eyes, and they go, "Hey, if you hold your hands around your face like this, you can convince yourself it's Newport." And I said, "Oh Lord, please help me." There was, there's a lot of golf courses there. I got a lot of unsolicited golf advice while I was there, but the men and the people are by far and above some of the nicest.
This is true.
Yeah,
welcoming,
I believe that.
hospitable. I actually lived with guys in houses, and I felt so safe and taken care of. I never felt uncomfortable. I don't know if I could say the same for an experience like that out here, but complete strangers, and it was an experience I'll never forget. And at the time, I couldn't wait to get back to LA, but now I'm glad I have that feather in my cap.
Okay, big question: who do you like in the series? How many games? All that stuff.
Here's the thing. Obviously, I think as a sports fan, we want a long, drawn-out competitive series. But I think you look at the matchup on paper, and the problem is that what the Pacers do best, the Thunder do it better. They live in the chaos of fast-paced basketball, and their transition defense is something to behold, right? So I just have to say, especially when you have, the league MVP Shea, and if the play of J-Dub and Chet Holmgren back them up, the Thunder, I think, have this in 5, even though I would like to see a really competitive series between these two markets.
Yeah.
No, you're in the majority.
I think,
Nikki.
yeah, I also have Thunder in 5. So I do agree with you. I just think Oklahoma City is so good, so talented,
Mace,
so young, so much depth.
To her point,
yeah.
Who's the head of the snake for Indiana?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Right. Here's what Nikki's talking about. They not only have one guy who can guard him, Lou Dort, who is the best on-ball defender in the NBA, but if Dort needed to come out or got into foul trouble, then they can put Caruso on him. Then they can put Cason Wallace on him. I mean, Nikki, they're so deep. And one thing that you probably heard a lot about when you were down there, they're set up for the next 10 years. They've got 8 number 1 picks coming down the pike. They got one kid, this kid from Europe, that they think is going to be ready next year. They're going to be really good for a really long time.
Can you just imagine if this is the worst iteration of the Oklahoma City Thunder we see moving forward, right? Like if you look back 5 years and you're like, wow, can you believe they won it with that group?
Right.
Thinking about how much they can add to their arsenal. But I just have to say, what a moment for Sam Presti. And he throws out a lot of big esoteric words when he talks about his vision for this franchise. But this group of guys, they're young, they're a little bit goofy, but they've fully bought in, and they play basketball the right way. It's fun, it's disruptive, it's energetic, and you talk about how deep this roster is and how multiple they are. I'm really impressed with how Presti, I mean, they had 2 down years, right? Wasn't it you talk about the rebuild, but
he won 20 games.
Yeah.
He won 20.
Yeah.
Dagnall won 20 games for saying, hey, Nikki, before we let you go, are you still doing Spark stuff?
Yes. You guys got to come out to a game. Kelsey Plum is such a great new face.
We had her on, and she was awesome. But somebody asked me this question the other day, and you'll know the answer. I didn't know. Is Cameron Brink coming back this year for sure, or do we not know?
Yeah, she's coming back. They're taking a very frugal and long-term minded approach with getting her back. The ACL tear is no joke, and it's not just about physically being ready, but mentally, because if your confidence isn't there, and you're, especially as a big, and you're down low banging with other, athletes, you could do something wrong real quick to get you injured again. So I think as a rookie, half of her rookie season was taken away from her, and now she's got to have that confidence to set foot back on the court again. And I think they're taking a long-term approach with big picture of where her career can pan out here in LA. So she'll be back this season. Just it's going to be a couple more weeks.
All right. Well, listen, I am going to be at a Sparks game this summer, no question about it. Nikki, great stuff. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much.
Love you guys. Mace, let's get a selfie when you're there, okay?
All right, we'll do it. Love a good selfie.
Bye, Nikki. She's right, though. They're super deep.
Yeah.
And they're super deep defensively. And she did a good job describing what it's like watching a game there, too. Those fans are the nicest people you'll ever meet.
It's like a college field house kind of vibe, right?
Here's the biggest difference. She mentioned the T-shirts. If the Lakers lay out 20,000 T-shirts at Crypto.com Arena, what do you think? Maybe 5,000 people put them on?
Yeah, and the 300s they put them on.
In Oklahoma City, if you don't put them on, they shame you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they
Good.
Put the shirt on.
Good.
That'll
Good. All right, listen to our show all week long for your chance to win tickets to see Sunday night's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite with our friend Jacob Imrani. When you hear the cue to call, be calling number 7. Winner picks up 1 pair of suite passes. Listen all week long to us for your chance to win. Thank you to calljacob.com. Coming up next for you, it's so sad. To me, it's just sad. This guy's got, you'll hear it. It's pathetic. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cappy Ticket Thursday right here on 710 ESPN. What I want you to do is listen for the cue to call all day long. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN. Then you're going to join Cappy tomorrow night with me, Beto Duran, producer Lindsay Baseball, the whole gang at the Cappy $10,000 Blackjack tournament. Jack at the all-new, beautifully remodeled Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. Your chance to win free play with Cappy Bucks and cash tomorrow night. The first ever Cappy $10,000 Blackjack tournament. Keep listening for your chance to win all day long on a Cappy Ticket Thursday from Park West Bicycle Casino and 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night, happening Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., kids ages 7 to 12 will take the field to showcase their big swings. Meet ESPN LA talent, win prizes, and enjoy a morning of fun. Limited spots are available. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday. It's coming this summer. Keep listening for details. ... Your chance to press the flesh with Mason and Ireland in a private event. Ooh. All I can say, it's going to be like Mason and Ireland Unleashed.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Ireland.
Sell us. Michael and I are on this island by ourselves.
Yeah, there's an island in paradise.
Okay.
Mason and Ireland continues your Thursday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
All right, so we all know that the New York Knicks got eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were basically two wins away from the NBA Finals, and the Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau. By the way, does this song come out on some date in some year?
Yeah, it was like a 57, I think. Roy Orbison?
1957, Roy Orbison. You know him, right, Brian?
Never heard of him before.
That's pre-us, believe it or not. All right,
I like this kind of music, though.
Yeah, there is Roy Orbison was a pretty genius guy. So, Tom Thibodeau is a guy who eats, lives, breathes basketball.
Long story short, I went to school with a girl at UCLA whose parents are loaded.
Okay.
And they're minority owners of the Chicago Bulls.
What were you thinking?
Okay,
you could have been an owner of the Bulls.
I know. I told her that. And so one night I'm in Chicago. This is when I'm working for the Lakers, 20 years later. And I'm having dinner with my friend and her parents, and her mom tells me this story about Thibodeau, who was coaching the Bulls.
Yep.
She goes, "Have you heard about Project Tibbs?"
Project Tibbs.
I go, "No." He goes, "We have been trying organizationally for the last 3 months to get this man a girlfriend. he will not entertain the idea. Really? I mean, like literally, they were like scouring the city to find like the perfect match. And when you hear this clip from Thibodeau, you'll understand why. This is a guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball. I would argue to the point of unhealthy. This was Thibodeau during these conference finals when he was asked if he's too obsessive.
To be honest, I'm 66, never married, no kids. People say I'm obsessive, say I gave my life to basketball. Maybe they're right, but I never saw it as a sacrifice. I saw it as a choice. For over 30 years, I missed every big family moment. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, I wasn't there. There was a woman once, we got engaged when I was 30, 6 weeks before the wedding. I called it off. My mother was furious. I went back to the film room because I believed if I was going to be great, there couldn't be anything else. I believe in one thing, preparation, then execution. People laughed at us in New York, said we played like mules. We don't have a super team. We've got 5 warriors. We didn't reach the conference finals with talent. We got there with reps, with session. I don't coach to be liked. I coach to turn underdogs into killers. You ask if it's worth it? I've never had a traditional family, but I walk into that gym every day with my guys. I'm just fighting the only war I ever cared about.
Wow.
Now,
That's,
I think
that's
if
kind
you're
of sad, actually.
Right. I had the exact same reaction. What I was going to ask you is do you admire his dedication to his craft, or do you feel sorry for him?
I personally feel sorry for him.
I do too.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, especially when he talks about the family, not having the family aspect. I do feel a little sorry for him.
Now, you felt like that might be AI, that whole thing.
When I did watch it originally, it gave me a little AI-y kind of vibes to it, but
I think it's legit.
Yeah.
And I think it's legit.
I know some of those comments
That's so
for sure
sad.
legit.
Well, and here's the
priorities. Prioritizing work over family.
So when I went into TV news right out of UCLA, I picked up and moved to Monroe, Louisiana, where I didn't know anybody. And so many people said to me, "What are you doing?" And my attitude was, "I'm 22.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to use these next few years to figure out if this is what I want to do with my life. If I go there and hate it, I'll just come back."
Right.
But I went there and I kind of liked it, and I made friends easily, and I moved up quickly. I was only there for 5 months. And then I got into Texas, and it took a little longer, but then I got to San Diego, and then I got here. But the one thing I've learned, I used to give this speech to Dave Singer. Dave Singer used to tie his identity. Dave produced our show for years. He's now the star of the NFL Network.
Yes.
And I said, you always tie your identity to your job. Like all your license plate, your email addresses, everything you do makes reference to where you work.
Yep.
You shouldn't do that. And here's why. You just heard everything Thibodeau said. Where is he now?
Yeah.
If you tie your entire life to your job and you get fired, and you will, we've all been fired, you have nothing left. That was such a statement from a person with no life balance that I recognized it right away because it used to be me.
Yeah.
And I when I was in my 20s, all I did was I want to move up.
Yeah.
Got to San Diego when I was 26.
Yep.
And that's when my career kind of took off. But if you're one of these people out there listening and you're grinding and you're trying to get set in your career, you can do that. But it better not be the only thing in your life.
Sure.
Because if it's the only thing in your life, one day they're going to pull the rug out from under you. And then what do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're younger, you can grind. Right.
Your 20s are for grinding. Right. Your 30s are for, kind of starting your family. And then your 40s and 50s are your earning years.
And you remember this in the when we first started working together in the 90s, I was doing Mason and Ireland on radio and TV in the morning, and then turning around and doing an 8 till 11 show with Tom Snyder at night.
Right.
And I did that for 2 years. Now, it was not healthy, was not good for me, but I was grinding. I was working my way up. And I think the idea is do all the work when you're young so that you can have a family, so that you can develop
and
personal
that's a guy,
relationships.
he started that with, I'm 66.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have any kids. I don't have any family. I've never been married.
Doesn't have a girlfriend.
He just did what you and I did when we were in our 20s and did it for 40 years.
Yep.
which is like you said, it's kind of sad.
And now he doesn't have a head coaching job.
Yeah, but a couple.
Will he get one?
If he wants one. But here's the thing: what would you do? He is owed. He just got extended, so the Knicks owe him $30 million.
Right.
That they have to pay him.
Oh, so there
now,
would be an
if he
offset
works,
thing.
There'd be an offset. But it sounds like he's one of these guys that wants to work.
Yeah, it does.
But if I were him, if I had $30 million coming, goodbye. You're not going to see me for 3 years.
Go get a girl,
You know
man.
who's doing that now? Max. Max
What's
Kellerman.
he doing?
Max has he had a year and a half left on his ESPN
Oh,
contract.
right.
Everybody says, "Where's Max? Where's Max?" Max isn't working because if he works, he's got to give some money back to
Sure,
ESPN. He's
sure.
just collecting checks, and
Yeah.
he has little girls, and he's being a dad.
That's such a good gig.
Right. So what I took out of that was the same thing you did. This guy never learned you got to have some balance in your life, and I feel kind of bad for him.
I do too. That's a very sad clip. All right, coming up next for you, we are going to do some What's Up Fool. Brian's got stuff. Laura's got stuff. We will do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. You guys have probably tried all those high crash synthetic energy drinks. This is not that. Pro Baller Energy is packed with ultra premium ingredients, and it does a bunch of stuff. It helps reduce fatigue, boosts focus, supports your immune system, and improves your performance, and it does it all naturally. It's NSF certified for sport, which means pro athletes already use it. It comes in a spectacular Lakers can, a purple and gold can that is fantastic. A lot of people that buy Pro Baller always take one or two cans and leave them out and put them on their bookshelves just because it's so good looking, and then drink the rest. Whatever you want to do, you should pick up a case of Pro Baller. You'll feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in. It's available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online at Amazon. Pro Baller Energy, champions choose clean energy.
Cappy at the $10,000 Blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
We call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
I love extreme sports. Hey, Ma, watch me ride this inflatable flamingo around the lazy river backwards. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Flamingo Fridays are back. It's everything you love about Oasis Pool at night.
Number 2.
Get a 2-liter hydration backpack when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 10th.
And the number 1 reason.
The Pointer Sisters, live August 23rd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night, happening Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., kids ages 7 to 12 will take the field to showcase their big swings. Meet ESPN LA talent, win prizes, and enjoy a morning of fun. Limited spots are available. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Oh my God, is this your house?
This is the humble abode.
Oh my God, it's so humble.
FX presents Adults.
You don't know your social security number?
No, I do. It's just my mom, knows the whole thing.
A new comedy about 20-somethings achieving zero anythings.
What is the worst that happens?
I go broke. I can't pay my loans. I start an OnlyFans, but only you guys subscribe.
I can't do OnlyFans.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it on there, so sorry.
FX's Adults. Wednesdays on FX. All episodes streaming on Hulu.
All right, I want to update you on a couple of things. First of all, the Dodgers already down 3-0 to the Mets at Dodger Stadium. Afternoon game, getaway day. Homers for Pete Alonso again. Then back-to-back homers for Starling Marte and Brandon Nimmo. So the Mets lead 3-0. Landon Knack. Knack Day is off to a slow start. It's David Peterson for them, and he's shut the Dodgers down so far. We will keep track of the game for you all afternoon long. One other thing, it's not breaking because we talked about it last hour, but it may be breaking to you. Aaron Rodgers has signed to play quarterback with the Pittsburgh Steelers. No surprise. It's been rumored, talked about, debated about
Tune in tomorrow at 9 to hear Emily Hebel cry on the air.
She will weep. All right, let's do some What's Up, Fool.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, boys. This one's interesting. It is National Hot Air Balloon Day today. And I've always thought that's kind of like a cute little romantic date.
Yeah.
But I think I'm too afraid to actually go on it. So my question to you, all the fellas here, is have you been on a hot air balloon? And if you have not, would you? And if you have, how was it?
I have done it. I did it in New Mexico, believe it or not.
It's big there.
They have a huge, balloon festival thing that goes on every year.
Okay.
And I went a couple of weeks before the event. I went up in one because I was doing some work for the Reels channel. I was over in Albuquerque, and I decided, let's give this a go. It's a weird feeling. Because
I will say this. I've done it, too. It's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Have you ever been parasailing, Laura, when you go up on the... It's similar to that. Once you get up in the air... It's like, oh, this is it.
Do you don't think it? I see. To me, it felt dangerous. You see the fire flying up into the balloon.
That's what I'm afraid of. My hair catching on fire.
A little wind, and you're swaying back and forth.
Never seemed dangerous to me, and seemed kind of boring once I got up there.
Okay, so there you have it.
So I don't think you'd be scared of it, but I don't think you'd find it exhilarating either. Brian, have you ever been in one?
Never been. Every time I see it, though, I'm always like,
You should take Allison
seems
up in
weird.
that thing.
I don't know.
Take Allison up in a balloon. That
Get
would
a
be so
picnic
romantic.
there?
A little more control.
With a little picnic basket and
With
a
some
balloon
wine.
with some wine.
But I can't say I haven't heard of too many hot air balloon accidents.
I don't know of any, to be honest with you.
I'd rather go skydiving.
Well,
we're
gonna,
scheduled to do that.
I paid for it. It's still out there.
We'll make it happen.
We got to find a date. Okay.
What's up, fool?
Okay, so the whole turf versus grass debate in the NFL, it's kind of come to topic here again. Reggie Bush has had a new article in GQ and kind of was talking about this, and he said, quote, NFL players are playing on one of the most dangerous surfaces. Unfortunately, NFL owners still believe that turf is good, even though the league brings in $1 billion a year. He goes on later in the article. This is the part that I want to get your guys' take on. He said, whatever the players want, they can get. If they want to change, they can change it. Do you agree with his, quote here in the article that whatever NFL players want, they can get? Or is it really the owners that run the league and the players don't really have a say?
If the players in the next collective bargaining agreement made this their number one issue, they would get it for sure, but they'd have to give something up. Like, for example, this is how those negotiations work. The owners desperately want to add an 18th game.
Right.
They think they can make a ton more money. The players' public position on this is no, it's unsafe. All right, so what they could do is agree to the 18th game in exchange for every stadium and every practice facility putting in natural grass. And I think that may be Mace where it's heading.
So here's what I don't understand. If I'm an NFL owner and I've paid a bunch of money for all these players for me, why do I want to put them in a situation where they're more likely to be hurt? If I was an owner, I would go turf strictly to protect my own
You'd
players.
go grass.
Go grass specifically to protect my own players from injury. Why would you not want your players to have the best possible way to play without getting hurt?
It's more expensive.
I know, no, but how expensive is Saquon Barkley? How expensive is Matthew Stafford? How expensive are these guys?
Right.
The point is, they have so much money invested in those players. Why not give them a turf or a natural turf where they're less likely to get hurt? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, the only thing
protect your investments.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense to me is that they just don't want to do the maintenance of upkeeping the real grass. But I think, Brian, in 5 years that all these stadiums will have regular grass, because everybody, not only are people getting hurt, they're saying this turf causes cancer.
Are they really?
I mean, oh yeah. It's nothing. There's nothing good about artificial turf anymore. Every time that a new study comes out, it's like 5 more reasons not to use it. So I think they'll get rid of it.
What's up, Foo? Okay, here's another one on my crazy little things that I sent to you guys.
Okay.
So in 1998, one of my favorite movies was released, Mulan. I love that movie. But also...
This was the animated movie, right?
The animated movie, yeah.
Mulan,
I grew up... Mushu is my spirit animal.
Yep.
But also, in 2009, The Hangover was released. So there's 4 guys, right? You guys all seen The Hangover?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Every guy has seen The Hangover.
I mean, I'm not a guy, but I love the movie.
Yep.
So if you guys could pick one guy, so you're either Phil, Alan, Stu, or Doug, who would you be? Who do you embody in The Hangover?
Who does Justin Bartha play? Is he Doug? Is he the guy getting married?
Yes, he is.
That's who I would be.
You're Doug. I can see that.
Yeah, that's who I would be.
What about you, Mace?
Brian is Zach Galifianakis.
Yes,
100%. What character is
no
that?
other.
Which
That
one
is
is
Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 100%.
I am Phil.
That's
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, Bradley Cooper. And then there's nobody is Stu right now.
Nobody's Ed Helms.
Nobody's Ed Helms.
You think that would be Greg?
But is it? Yeah, Greg
could be.
That's
Ed
but
Helms,
doesn't Ed Helms finally at the very end stand up to his girl? Like at first he wasn't.
Yeah,
and
Greg
then,
will never do that.
Actually, no, never mind, Greg. My bad. I forgot. I was like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't compare my boss to that one. But
by the way, Knack is getting knocked around. Now
he-
the bases are loaded
Knack
with
Day
only one
sucks.
out.
It's the worst.
Doesn't look good here, folks.
What's up?
I will retire the song on the days that he
We
pitches.
will. We
you know?
will
Yeah,
not,
it's,
we will not play My Sharona anymore.
So I saw this article this morning from a Lionsgate executive saying that they're going to be exploring the use of AI to reanimate existing films, but more specifically, to adapt the more friendly films, so making PG-13 or making rated R films PG-13 just in a couple hours. So they're saying that in about 3 hours, I could say make this movie anime, make this movie rated R, or make this rated R movie PG-13, and they could do that and kind of re-release them. My question here is, isn't this what the whole strike was about
Okay,
a
so
couple years ago?
let's talk about this for a second.
These
are
director
animated
would
films.
make one movie, and then an AI bot would knock it down to
Would
a different
animate
rating.
it, right?
Well, wait a minute. Would animate it?
Yeah, so they're saying they can make a film that's
An animated film using AI.
Right, they could take a film that's already made and animate it using AI.
Trying to think how I feel about this.
You don't like it. I know you.
This kind of came up in the studio
Mace,
them using AI animators.
Figure this out. You come up with the idea for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You make the movie you want to make, and then you put it in the hands of an AI bot that changes the rating. You would hate that.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of using AI to alter film, particularly live action film. I can't imagine a director would allow
being
this.
okay with that. Yeah.
A director would say, yeah, sure, take my movie and AI the hell out of it. No, I don't think directors are going to go along with that. I'm against. Now, it doesn't bother me, by the way, that they use AI and CGI, right? Because it's already CGI. Who cares if it's AI? And I don't care if it's animated. If you animate using AI, I'm okay with that. But live action films, no way.
What's up, Foo? All right, I don't think we talked about this, but I did have it on my rundown. Jared Verse was on a podcast with Schefter and talked about how he could take on Aaron Donald, pretty much calling him out. And then Aaron Donald came back and was like, yo, whenever you're ready. And I saw today on NFL and ESPN that Boog said that he believes Jared Verse can take Aaron Donald. And Reddit was like, absolutely not. Aaron Donald's going to destroy him. So if you guys had to put mythical money on one of the guys, so the debate is, who do you put your money on, AD or Verse? Who do you got mythical money on, Mace?
Show me AD.
I'm going the other way.
I just stood next to AD at a USC game last year. He is, he's not changed at all. He looks like he could get out on the field right away.
Aaron Donald's been out of the game for 2 years. Jared Verse trains every day. Give me the younger, stronger, faster guy.
Give me the Hall of Famer.
Aaron Donald still trains his ass off,
I mean,
though.
you've seen him on Instagram. All the stuff that Aaron Donald, he's doing crazy workouts and stuff on Instagram. He's still tip-top. I will take Aaron Donald for the win.
What about you, Bray?
I can't go wrong with Aaron Donald. I still think he is the top freak.
He is a freak.
You're on the island by yourself, Ireland.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Jared Verse.
I love Jared Verse, too. I
So,
just think
I mean,
AD would kick his ass.
Agreed.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so the puck dropped last night, NHL.
Yeah.
Ended in dramatic fashion.
I actually
overtime.
I saw the end of this game last night.
So that was my question here. It's a fantastic call on the end of the game. I think the overtime goal happened like 30 seconds left before they would have gone
it was
to double
almost,
overtime.
and it's Leon Draisaitl who scored the game winner with
Assist
time
from
running out in
McDavid.
the OT,
My question here is, I've heard this statement my whole life, that there is nothing better than playoff hockey. Do you believe that sentiment when it comes to sports? I've heard this countless times, that playoff hockey is the ultimate when it comes to playoff sports.
It's pretty close. Yeah, I've been at both Stanley Cup clinching games for the Kings in 2012 and 2014, and I was on the edge of my seat for 3.5 hours. It's really good and really intense. I don't know if any other sport compares to that.
By the way, that second one, I was at both of those Stanley Cup championships. I think we were
both in the suite.
box. One of those Juan was there for, and it's the only championship he has ever seen is the Kings winning a title. I think playoff hockey is great. I think hockey in general, especially in person, is unbelievable. Juan was making fun of me because every time the puck would get close, we went to a playoff game, get close to the Kings net, I'd go, get it out of there, get it out of there, get it out of there. And that was the only thing I had the entire game was get it out of there, get it out of there. And finally he said, will you stop saying that? Every time the puck, get it out of there. So that's
Seems
the extent
totally
of my
appropriate to me.
The extent of my hockey knowledge is get it out of there.
Yeah, it worked. They won, huh?
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up, Fool for today. Coming up next for you. How about this? I finally found a guy who thinks the inside the NBA move is going to be just fine. And there's one Dodger fan who is by far the cutest. We will do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 Blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Table Game Casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
If you've been thinking about selling your home and you've heard about Seller's Advantage on the radio or seen them around town, you might be a little skeptical, wondering if they're just another shady company trying to take advantage. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes from sellers in Southern California for over 20 years. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and there's a reason they have some of the best reviews in town. Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with after paying for expensive repairs and agent commissions without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or, better yet, go to their website, sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, weekdays noon to 3. You're home for real Dodgers talk and super hot takes.
All right, so ready for super hot take? Super hot take.
Super hot take for promo.
Okay. Ready? Ireland?
Yeah. More of the fellas. Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Maybe, for me, the greatest record ever written, or greatest record ever produced. Boys of Summer by Don Henley. Dodgers now down 4-0.
Yeah, but they got runners on
They
first
got runners
and
on
third.
first and third, so they got a shot here. Shohei just hit a single, so he's on first. We'll keep track of that for you. Landon Knack, not a good day for him. Knack Day officially canceled. Hey, right now, let's do this. Caller number 7, right now, you win a pair of suite passes for Sunday's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside our very fancy, glamorous 710 suite with Jacob Emrani. So, again, that's for this Sunday night, LAFC, BMO Stadium, fancy suite, Jacob Emrani, caller number 7. Right now, you win a pair. 877-710-ESPN. That's 877-710-ESPN. And remember, listen all week long to Mason and Ireland for your chance to win. And thank you to calljacob.com. All right, so, John, we've talked a lot about inside the NBA, moving, and, you know, is it going to be the same? Is it going to be different? Are they going to mess with it? What's your general feeling on this? How do you think it turns out?
I think it's going to work. I think they're going to keep their hands off it. I thought what Bill Simmons said earlier in the week, though, made a little sense. They need to change how they do the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Bill was doing it, everybody would have like 30 seconds to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dodgers just broke this. Just came back. They're going to make
nice.
They're going to make it 4-2 here in a
4-2.
second.
Yeah, 4-1 runners
How did
in
that guy
scoring
not
position.
score?
Yeah, they held him up, I think.
Mookie had a double, but they held up the runners.
So
I think if they change the way they do the commercials, which will be hard because they paid a lot of money for this stuff, so they need to have commercials. But I think it'll work.
Do you know John Orand?
I don't. Oh, yeah, Orand. Yeah,
Orand.
I listen to his podcast
from
sometimes.
Puck News.
Yeah.
He said in Puck News today, I was sipping coffee this morning alongside a senior media executive who, when Inside the NBA came up, the executive scoffed when I suggested that ESPN would enact changes either in the halftime or postgame shows to turn off its fans. Jimmy Pitaro is not dumb. This executive said he understands why Inside is so popular, and with Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith, he's already proven that he doesn't meddle with network stars that produce his needle movers, as it were. If Jimmy continues to follow that playbook, Inside the NBA will be fine. I think that's probably right. The commercial thing is something that Bill said that I don't think there's necessarily any resolution to, because one of the things that's great about Inside the NBA is they have those long segments where they can do a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll see if ESPN adapts to that part of it. But there's at least a bit of hope because he doesn't meddle with McAfee and he doesn't meddle with Stephen A. Smith. And I think the meddlers are out.
I would agree.
Yeah. Okay. Little girl. It's, little kids are so cute. This is a little Dodger fan. I want you to hear this little conversation and tell me if this isn't like the cutest thing you've heard all day.
Emery, who are your favorite Dodger players?
Mookie Betts, Fifth Freeman, Otani, Fifina.
And who else?
Kiki Hernandez.
Oh, she's so cute.
Wait a minute.
So cute. What's that fourth one?
She repeats Freddie Freeman.
Oh,
does she?
But what was the last one, though?
Kike Hernandez.
Kike Hernandez.
Oh, okay.
Hang on one more time.
Emery, who are your favorite Dodger players?
Mookie Betts,
Mookie Betts.
Fifth Freeman, Otani.
That's awesome.
And who else?
Kike Hernandez.
Oh, I love it.
That's so
When I
cute.
sent it to you guys, I was like, I don't have kids, but if I have a daughter, she better be like that little girl.
So
cute.
All-Star voting is open as the Dodgers are trying to crack back against the Mets right now at Dodger Stadium. Afternoon game, getaway day. They're headed to St. Louis after this. All-Star voting is open, and I noticed that there's, generally speaking, it seems like teams from the eastern part of the country do better in all-star voting than teams in the western part of the country. There is like an East Coast thing. Mm-hmm. Which Dodgers do you think should be voted into the all-star game?
Otani's the obvious one.
And I think he will.
Freeman,
I think, although Freeman, it's a battle, but I hope he does.
Will Smith.
Absolutely in.
Yamamoto
as a pitcher choice, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, let me throw something at you.
Okay.
I want to make a plea. And by the way, we're not yet at the point where you choose the all-stars, the alternates.
Okay.
But Andy Pages has lifted his batting average to 290. He's got a 9-game hitting streak. He had 3 hits last night. He had his 12th home run of the year last night. He's been terrific defensively out in center field. I think if he continues to hit on this line, through July 1 for the rest of the month, I think Andy Pages can be selected to the All-Star team. What do you think?
There's a lot of great outfielders. I think he's going to have trouble because I think the other 4 guys are pretty much locks.
Because that guy was batting 098 there for a while. And all of a sudden, he's batting 290. He's been so valuable for them. Another nugget on the Dodgers as we continue to keep track of the game. It's Mets 4, Dodgers 3 now.
Yep, coming back.
3rd inning. Runner on first, 2 away. They're getting 2 guys back. Both Kirby Yates and Michael Kopech through short simulated games yesterday. The deal was if they felt okay today, they're going to be activated. Kopech, unfortunately, gave up 11 runs in 6 1/3 innings at OKC with the Comets in a rehab stint. So I don't know what to expect from him. Kirby Yates has been really solid for him, so I hope he comes back and pitches well. But both of those guys, Dave is going to have a couple of other weapons in the bullpen. By the way, did you notice Ryan Ludus last night?
Yes. White Lotus, Ryan Lotus, everybody in there.
That's the guy you wanted instead of Tanner Scott.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So let me throw something weird at you.
Okay.
Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo have both had excellent series.
Yes.
This is game 4 of a 4-game series.
Yeah, Nimmo hit a home run today, and Alonso hit a home run today.
And Alonso hit 2 yesterday and 1 in the first game.
Yep.
They are all warming up in the on-deck circle with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Okay, now, you would think, like you were around baseball for a long time, what guys normally do is they put donuts, those round weights on the end of the bat. So you're still swinging an actual bat. It's just heavier. Then when you go up to the plate, you knock the donut off, and the bat feels lighter.
Sure.
So they're going for the same thing, but instead of swinging a bat, they're swinging a sledgehammer.
You know why?
Why?
It's cooler.
And
it looks cool.
Now, wouldn't you, if you were on the Mets, since they're traveling with a sledgehammer, and those are your 2 hottest hitters in this series, wouldn't you pick up the sledgehammer?
Hell yes.
See if it works?
It's the lucky sledgehammer.
It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
But I would do it.
It does the same thing a bat does with a donut, but it's obviously...
nobody can get Alonso out.
Did you see those guys last night playing flip the bottle in the Mets bullpen?
They were doing it in the bullpen?
Yeah, they're doing the flip the bottle thing, and Soto every time apparently went over there and did the flip perfectly. Have you ever tried to do the bottle flip thing?
No.
Where you get it to land right on Lars got a bottle. It can't be a full bottle. No, don't do it with that.
Well, it's sealed. I screwed the cap on really tight.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be easier or harder with that bottle. But
I'm trying to get it to stand straight up.
Right, try to get it to land straight up. Soto literally walked up, flipped the bottle.
I think I'm throwing it too high.
Yeah, I think lower, maybe. Yeah.
One more time, and then I'm
Laura's striking out.
It's too much water.
Bergman, can you do it? Bergman, come on in. Can you do it?
If I drink the rest of it and I did it light, I think it would make it easier.
Are you good at bottle flipping?
I don't know. I've never actually bottle flipped before.
Yeah. Oh, that was very close right there.
But he threw it into the headphones. You keep throwing it.
You're in the ballpark.
Well, this guy's got to go around.
Yeah.
All right, one more try. There it is. Made it work.
Have a great weekend.
See you, Greg.
Yeah, going out with the win. All right. Coming up next for you, we'll keep you up to date on the Dodgers. They're down 4-3 now to the Mets over at Dodger Stadium. And coming up next, I found somebody who agrees with me about the Dodgers starting lineup. We will do that coming up next. In the meantime, my friends at Tax Relief Associates, I've been working with here, and here's the thing. I know somebody who's in this boat. Owing money to the IRS is just scary. I mean, there are a lot of ads out there. They're trying to confuse you. Listen, owing money to the IRS does not make you a bad person. Tax Relief Associates knows this, and they want you to relax and breathe and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure that you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. The experts at TRA have a proven 3-step tax resolution process and knowledge of special programs available that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. Easy to see why they've got over 1,000 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. End your tax nightmare. Do this. Get your life back on track. Get rid of the scaries you get from all the money you owe. If you owe money to the IRS and feel you got nowhere to turn, call Tax Relief Associates today. Simply visit TRA.com. That's TRA.com, or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. One more time, 800-575-1482. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cappy Ticket Thursday right here on 710 ESPN. What I want you to do is listen for the cue to call all day long. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710 ESPN. Then you're going to join Cappy tomorrow night with me, Beto Duran, producer Lindsay Baseball, the whole gang at the Cappy $10,000 Blackjack Tournament. Jack at the all-new, beautifully remodeled Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. Your chance to win free play with Cappy Bucks and cash tomorrow night. The first ever Cappy $10,000 Blackjack Tournament. Keep listening for your chance to win all day long on a Cappy Ticket Thursday from Park West Bicycle Casino and 710 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed over 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it's wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. At BetterHelp, they have over 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday. It's coming this summer. Keep listening for details. ... Your chance to press the flesh with Mason and Ireland in a private event. All I can say, it's going to be like Mason and Ireland Unleashed.
Yeah, me and Ireland.
Michael and I are on this island by ourselves.
Yeah, it's an island in paradise.
Okay.
Mason and Ireland continues your Thursday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Okay, this song came out on some date and some year on this day. What is it?
Actually, this is not part of that. This is we're done with those today.
Oh,
I'm
we're
out
done
of those.
with those? Oh, so what
Yeah.
is
We've
it?
exhausted those.
Gracie Abrams, she was the new artist of the year.
This is J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams' daughter, yeah.
Yeah,
How
she
are they
opened
really?
she opened for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Nepo baby.
God
But very
bless her.
very talented. Very talented. Hey, on Wednesday, next week Wednesday, you can join me, join the Mason and Ireland show and the Sedano and Cap show, live broadcast, a watch party. You can hang out with us as we watch Los Angeles versus San Diego starting at 12 o'clock noon. Islands in West Covina. Again, this is next Wednesday. Talking baseball, soaking up the SoCal vibes, all from Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue, West Covina. LA takes on South, and we will be enjoying great food, cold drinks all weekend long. That's Wednesday at Islands Restaurants and fine burgers and drinks. Again, that's next Wednesday. Want to see you out there. By the way, next week when we do that, John, we're doing, I mentioned this yesterday, but we're doing a thing where we're going to take the orders. We're going to.
Oh, yeah. It's you against two.
Yeah, me against Andy.
Okay.
We're both going to walk up with a little.
No, you don't have notepad. You don't have a notepad.
So
you have to remember it.
Both going to walk up to a table.
How many people at the table? 4?
Yeah,
four.
four.
Let's not do more
Max
than
4. Minimum and max 4.
And take the order and then remember it when we go back on. Is that the idea?
Yes. So,
Okay.
like, for example, I'm your customer.
All right, no,
and-
wait, no, hold on. We can even do it better.
Okay.
We're the table.
Okay.
Laura, Brian, John are the table.
Okay.
Mace, it's okay. Don't write this down.
Okay, I'm not.
Because you can't. All right, Laura, what do you want from Islands?
All right.
You want me to go first? Because I know
Yeah,
their
yeah.
menu.
You know the menu better.
All right, I'm going to have the North Shore tacos, no tomatoes, side of chips with guacamole, and a Arnold Palmer. Brian, what do you want?
I'll take the pipeline burger, extra chili with a Oreo shake.
All right, Laura.
I'm going to make it easy for you, Mace. I'm going to take a cheeseburger with no tomato, extra pickle, extra well-done fries, and an Arnold Palmer.
Let me just say right now.
Do you remember any of those orders?
None.
You are going to get the easiest 10K. Make the
Mine was pretty simple.
The pipeline. No, you've got like no tomatoes.
North
and
Shore
extra
tacos,
chips
no
and-
tomatoes, chips and guac, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, yours is the pipeline.
Yes, their chili burger.
Their
Extra
chili burger,
chili.
the pipeline,
Okay.
extra pipeline.
And
Yeah.
by the way, I already bet $5K on
Yeah,
Andy,
you did.
right?
Easiest money
I'm
you'll
feeling
ever
good.
make.
North Shore tacos
Uh-huh.
What with a condition?
with no tomatoes,
Okay.
Okay, that's item 1. I only have 3.
extra chips. You ordered chips.
I ordered chips, not
Chips.
extra chip.
Okay.
Chips with
Guacamole.
okay, and what to drink?
You had an Arnold Palmer.
Okay, you got me.
Okay.
Now do Brian.
Brian, you got the pipeline
That's right.
with extra chili
That's right.
and to drink. I don't remember
It
beyond
was
that.
Oreo shake.
Oreo shake. Okay.
All right, now do Laura.
Laura, you got the.
Hers was the easiest
one.
Yeah, right. You got the hula pie.
No one ordered hula
Nobody got
pie.
hula. Everybody should have hula. I'm going to make sure everybody gets a hula pie. I have no chance in this little bit.
Honestly, if you guys we're not thinking of going to Islands next week, please do. And if you're the table that they're going to wait on, make it hard.
And by the way, and don't expect to get what you ask for.
No,
But,
I will be
okay,
writing it down.
this-
Don't worry
this-
about it.
Okay, but doesn't it always make you uncomfortable when you're at a restaurant
100%.
and you order and the waiter or the waitress is not writing anything down?
They're showing
and
off.
you'll go, so you got that? She'll go, yeah. And then you're like, she walks away. I'm like, we got no shot here.
Right. I think that's really impressive when they do that
Exactly.
and get it right.
Yeah. When they get it wrong, I'm like,
The other thing that impresses me, and we go to this place called the Accomplice Bar over on, on Venice Boulevard. It's somewhere over there, Venice. And they have bartenders who are really showy bartenders. Now, you were once a bartender, right?
Yes.
So they get a drink that's supposed to be shaken, not stirred. They slam that silver cup onto it. Then they're spinning it. They're throwing it around.
Shaking. I was doing the shake back
the
here.
Shake. They're throwing. It's like Tom Cruise cocktail. Then they unscrew it, and then they're doing this, where they're pouring it back and forth. I want a really showy bartender. I think it's fun to watch him. Were you?
You like the movie Cocktail?
Cocktail was an excellent movie. Were you anything like that?
No, I got in trouble because I talked too much. Shocking, I know. You want some bad news?
Yeah.
Pete Alonso's up with the bases loaded.
Good Lord.
All he's been doing is hitting home runs for 3 days.
We've gone to Jack Dreyer, though. Jack Dreyer's good. He's going to wangle himself out of this. Wangle. I just invented that word, I think. No, I think that is a word.
I have a very bad feeling about this at bat.
This is a great at bat for Jack Dreyer.
Well, he's got him 0-2.
He's got him 0-2. Here you go, Jack. Only one away, though, with the bases loaded. Fourth inning.
You know what they need?
Huh?
Tanner Scott.
Yeah.
That's who
Scott
can
time.
Save the day.
Yeah, Tanner Scott time. We'll keep you up to date on this. Again, Jack Dreyer versus Pete Alonso, who's hit 3 home runs in 2 days.
And he has 4 career grand slams.
Yeah. All right, John, I just wanted to play this because this is very, very Florida, and I want to know how you would handle this if it happened to you.
A motorcycle rider recovering after he hit an alligator. This happened on I-4 over the weekend in Orange City in Volusia County. 67-year-old Cameron Gilmore was riding with a group when he saw that gator. Didn't have enough time to stop.
One of the riders in front of me said he went by the gator, looked in his mirror, saw me hit it, and I flipped over the handlebars and landed on my head on I-4 and rolled.
Oh, my goodness. FWC handled the injured gator. Gilmore has a few broken bones, but he says he will ride again.
So I bring this up. Florida's weird, right? You
yes,
run
it
over
is.
an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
It only happens in Florida. Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt very unsafe and I stopped.
It also, I tried it once. It felt, we were riding dirt bikes, and dirt bikes also felt unsafe to me. But I always wonder about motorcyclists, and, Jacob and Ronnie will tell you, it happens all the time. Guy loses track, bumps into Jack Dreyer, strikes out Pete Alonso.
Wow, good for him.
2 away, bases loaded. Dodgers down 4-3, fourth inning. But I don't think I would ride a motorcycle, and I worry whenever I see a motorcycle come zipping through because it's so easy, and they're splitting lanes, which is legal, and they're supposed to do.
But how many times do you not see them? Like you'll hear them before you see them.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary for drivers, too.
I always move.
Well, yeah, if you can. Now, you've never ridden a motorcycle, have you, Laura?
No, but I've been a passenger, I've been in the back of one.
Right.
But
Dreyer got out of it.
Nice. Way to go, Jack Dreyer. He's been one of the unsung heroes of this Dodgers team. I knew he was going to pull it off. Brian, ever ride a motorcycle?
No, same dirt bike, but never motorcycle. Even then, just 5 minutes.
So that feeling of danger, we decided that we're going to go to Costa Rica this summer.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, and we're going to the place that we've been to a few times. In fact, I think Bergman went there too, called Rio Perdido. And they've got the hot water pools, the river, the thermal river. They've got zip lining. They've got whitewater tubing. They've got all this stuff. And Juan's like, oh, cool, we're going to go whitewater tubing again. And I'm like, I don't know. It felt a little unsafe the last time I did it. It's a little unstructured. What about zip lining? I don't know. It feels a little unsafe to me. I'm not sure.
Who's saying this?
I am.
Okay.
So the zip lining and the tubing feel unsafe to me. Now, should I just get over my fears, or is it really unsafe?
No, I mean, everybody does it 10 times a day.
Get over it.
Do you think you're going to be the one person where it goes haywire?
Yeah, I almost screwed myself up when I was ziplining originally. I put my hand in front instead of behind, and I almost got clocked right and would have broken my hand.
Sir, first of all, you want to go skydiving, so,
Skydiving, honestly, I'll go skydiving.
I just
that
feel
doesn't
like
scare me as much as...
No. I one thing that I will say, because when I went to Puerto Rico, I wanted to go to El Yunque, which is like the rainforest.
Right.
And Christian was like, no. Like, I'm scared with your knee, and, I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, are you scared for me because of my knees, or do you just not want to do it? When you're in another place, just be adventurous. Just do it.
Just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get over
Brian,
it.
should I just get over it and do it?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably safer than driving on the streets here. So
That's true.
There you go. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Do you know that
you early merger?
You are 81% less likely to get into an accident.
Oh, God.
If you're in a Waymo.
Oh, I know you're going to say that.
81%
Whatever.
less likely to
Those
get into an
things
accident
suck.
in a Waymo. Have you been in one?
No, but they're always causing issues in traffic.
I'm telling you, but you're more likely to have an accident
And
than
be
the
late.
Waymo is.
And be late because they
Brian,
just
have you
stay
been?
there.
I know they did
I
this bit on the
haven't.
afternoon. Have you been on it?
No, but I'm starting to warm up to it. I think I will try it.
Yeah. Ireland, you have not done it yet.
No.
You should.
I'm waiting for you.
You should. I've done it.
He did it already.
I've done it like 15, 20 times.
Do you have the Waymo app?
I do have the Waymo app.
Is it the same price as an Uber?
It's a little cheaper, and you don't have to tip.
Okay.
Yeah, so I recommend it based on that. All right, coming up next for you, there is somebody who is dealing with crazy autograph hunters, and I want you to tell me if it's at all appropriate or if it's somewhat dangerous. We'll do that coming up next.
Okay.
In the meantime, you want to be part of the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament, win a spot for you and your friends. Once you hear the cue to call all day long today, it's all happening tomorrow, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. Going to be a party, oh party. Cappy always brings the party. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Jacob Permani. I was just mentioning Jacob Permani. So if you're injured in any kind of accident, we were talking about motorcycle accidents, you got to immediately see a doctor and get back on the road to recovery. But what happens if you call your doctor and they're like, we got an opening next week sometime or maybe 2 weeks from now? When you call Jacob, you know he's going to handle every aspect of your case. That includes getting you a doctor's appointment, usually that same day with a doctor in your area. And the doctor doesn't get paid until the end of the case, so you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to get the health care you need. So even if you're in between jobs, you don't have health insurance, Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team can come to you, or you can come down to Jacob's office. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB, or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And if you or a loved one has been injured or lost property because of the recent wildfires, lawsuits have been filed against those responsible. Please call Jacob for a free case evaluation to help reviewing your insurance policy and claims. He'll do that completely free. Together, we are LA strong. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
We are your home for the NBA Finals, 710 ESPN, game number 1 tonight. From Oklahoma City, the Thunder battle the Pacers. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. on 710 a.m. and also on the all-new ESPN LA app, the ESPN radio tile. Thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And Chumba Casino and Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
I love extreme sports. Hey, Ma, watch me ride this inflatable flamingo around the lazy river backwards. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Flamingo Fridays are back. It's everything you love about Oasis Pool at night.
Number 2.
Get a 2-liter hydration backpack when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 10th.
And the number 1 reason.
The Pointer Sisters, live August 23rd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night, happening Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., kids ages 7 to 12 will take the field to showcase their big swings. Meet ESPN LA talent, win prizes, and enjoy a morning of fun. Limited spots are available. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles, happy kids.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And you know you can always watch the show on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. But Mason doesn't like when the social media team that runs the show on YouTube isn't paying attention in the back.
Tell those guys behind you to pay attention.
Yeah, tell them to pay attention. I mean, they're YouTubing us. Why are they not listening to the show, damn it? We're not even... Look, we're talking about listeners. We can't even carry their guys that are 2 rooms over.
I mean, I think they're supposed to pay attention. I think.
Are we not holding your attention?
Mason in Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
I feel a little disappointed. Our YouTube numbers are low today.
Are they?
So right now, go to ESPN LA's YouTube page and tune in. We are doing so much crazy stuff. This show is a visual show, and you're missing out if you're not watching on YouTube, right? Visual show. Very
Well, I think most
interesting to look at.
I think most people are listening in their cars.
Right.
So, I mean, don't watch YouTube if you're driving.
No, I obviously don't. Obviously don't. But get on your YouTube right now. All right, so, John, Livy Dunn is a very famous person.
Yep. She dates Paul Skeens. She was a gymnast at LSU. She just graduated. She had more NIL money than any woman ever.
Okay. So, she is having a problem. Big problem. Listen to this.
Being stalked and I don't know what to do. It's got to the point every single time I go to the airport, there's a group of at least 10 middle-aged men waiting for me and they harass me. It's these men that want my autograph. They have like a stack of 40 pictures of me or my magazines and they will run after me down the TSA pre-check line and yell at me if I don't give them my autograph. It's insane. But they will yell at me and like make a scene and the people around me are scared. Like it's crazy. Even this morning was a terrible experience. I'll put a video here. This is me literally crying fresh off of a red eye at 6 a.m. They circled me at the baggage claim and were like in my face. And it's not only when I'm going to big events. It's like if I'm going on family vacation, they're waiting there. It's something with the airline and it's weird. And
all right, so she is getting, no matter where she goes, hordes of autograph seekers. What should there be some protection, some element of...
she has reached the point of celebrity where she needs a bodyguard.
Yeah, she is.
The Kardashians travel with him. Kobe traveled with him when he was alive. The Lakers, we travel with 4 or 5 of them.
Yep.
That if anybody tries to walk up to LeBron or walk up to Luka, that if they're in a hurry, they're able to get to where they're going. Luka actually stops all the time and signs for everybody.
Right.
But the reason this is happening to her is she doesn't have anybody running interference for her.
And that's what she needs.
Vince Scully at the end of his career had a bodyguard, and he needed one because he couldn't walk from his car to the press box without being harassed.
Well, I've told the story, but LAX, when they were leaving for Australia a number of years back, I was in the airport with my dad, and I looked over and said, oh, look, Vince Scully. My dad's like, boom, right on Vince. Like, I'm running over to Vince Scully. I want to get his autograph. I don't know what my dad did with all of his autographs, but he got a lot of them in his life. The Cappy Blackjack tournament is tomorrow at Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens, and you sent along one of the worst bad beats I have ever seen in blackjack.
This is stunning. And I've played blackjack since I was 18 years old, and now I'm 60.
Yep.
I've never, ever seen this.
It's insane.
So here's what happened. The player, it's one guy playing against a guy, and they're dealing out of a shoe. So there's 6 decks in the shoe. and they deal the guy ace 6.
Yep.
Soft 17.
Yeah.
I hit soft 17.
Do you hit soft 17?
He elected not to.
What did they have up?
The person had an ace up. The dealer had an ace up.
I would not hit that.
Okay, so soft 17.
Yep.
You're,
not with an ace
you're
up.
sticking.
Yeah.
The dealer turns over their whole card.
Mm-hmm.
It's another ace.
Ooh.
Okay. So now they have 2 or 11.
Yes.
Okay. Turn over the third card. Ace. So they have 3 or 13.
Yep.
Turn over the fourth card. Ace.
Ace?
4 or 14. Turn over the fourth card. Ace. 5 or 15. Turn over the fifth card. Ace.
Whoa.
5 or 16. Turn over the sixth card. Ace.
6
5 or
aces.
17. Turn over the seventh card. All right, I was one off. There was 8 straight aces.
Oh, my God.
The player lost 18-17.
That is a
Never seen anything like it.
That's one of the worst. I mean, we always talk about bad beats. That is one of the all-time bad beats.
One of the reasons, if you're a blackjack player, you want to try and find a place that deals single shoe.
Deck, yeah.
Or single deck, right, not shoe at all. Because that way you can count the cards.
Yeah.
Like after the 4 aces, there couldn't have been another ace.
Right, you go downtown and they've got places
in
that
Vegas,
are single
you're
deck
talking
in
about,
Vegas, yeah. And you try to go downtown to play single deck because I have a loose understanding of counting. I count aces and faces.
Yeah.
And it does tilt things in my advantage. What are you smirking about, Brian?
No, I just think it's funny that you're out there counting cards, as you say.
I'm a card counter.
Nice.
That's right.
Nice.
I'm a card counter. Not a good one. Not a good one. But I can count aces and faces and keep track of that.
Right. And at least know that the odds are either tilting towards you or away from you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like blackjack because house has a 52-48 chance to win. Blackjack, there's no...
But if you can get single deck, your odds get better.
Get much better,
Yeah.
All right, coming up next for you, we are going to do Game of Games, and it's Brian Cohen's game today. Brian, what do you got going? Do you want to tease it at all?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of one of those edition of who did they play for?
Who did they play for?
With
All right.
the NBA Finals and, so.
Cool. Excellent. We will do that coming up next. In the meantime, this is an ad for BetterHelp. So I talk a lot about mental health awareness. My mental health issues over the years have been challenging. I luckily have somebody to talk to. I have both Juan, who I talk to, and I have a therapist who I talk to. And here's the thing. A lot of people, if you're feeling depressed or emotional or the world's coming at you, it's too much for you, overwhelmed, you need somebody to talk to. And BetterHelp provides you that opportunity. They've got over 35,000 therapists, the world's largest online therapy platform. They have served over 5 million people globally. Everybody is better with help. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout to get 10% off your first month of therapy. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Cappy at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808 or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit usctrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
We are your home for the NBA Finals, 710 ESPN, game number 1 tonight. From Oklahoma City, the Thunder battle the Pacers. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. on 710 a.m. and also on the all-new ESPN LA app, the ESPN radio tile. Thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And Chumba Casino and Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
Just want to mention it's Mets 4, Dodgers 3, 5th inning. Dodgers have runners at first and second. David Peterson on the mound. Will Smith just flew out. It's up to Teoscar Hernandez right now. All right, Game of Games. It's Brian's game today. What do you got cooking?
All right, so NBA Finals Game 1 tips off tonight. So addition of who'd they play for.
Okay.
Got 4 choices here. The Thunder, which is also going to include the Sonics.
Okay.
The Pacers, both, or neither.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so for example...
Thunder, Pacers, both, neither.
Right, example,
Okay.
Paul George, he'd be both.
Okay.
Right.
All right, here we go. Number
Gotcha.
1. Former first-round pick George Hill. Who'd he play for?
Laura. Thunder, Pacers,
Sorry.
both or neither.
I was working on something else. Didn't hear the name, but neither.
Okay, Mace.
Pacers.
I'll go both. DeAndre.
Pacers.
It is both.
Oh, Ireland with the point.
Matter of fact, was traded. George Hill was traded in the Kawhi Leonard trade way
wow.
back in the day from
Okay.
the Spurs to the Pacers. Okay.
Number 2, NBA champ out of USC, Gus Williams. Who'd he play for?
Mace.
Neither.
He played for the Sonics, so that means Thunder.
Right.
DeAndre.
I'm going Thunder.
Laura.
DeAndre. I'm with DeAndre Thunder.
Oh, that is right. The Sonics under the
Yeah.
Thunder umbrella here.
Okay. This one I go
I'm
first.
terrible at this game.
Number 3, the 2008 most improved player, Danny Granger. Who'd he play for?
I'm going to say Pacers only. DeAndre.
Pacers.
Laura.
Pacers.
Yeah, I can only think of them with the Pacers.
Pacers only is correct.
Okay, so everybody got that one. Everybody's on the board. Ireland 3, DeAndre and Laura 2, Mace 1.
10-year NBA vet, suited up for 8 different teams, including our Los Angeles Lakers, Lance Stevenson. Who'd he play for?
DeAndre.
Pacers.
Laura.
Both.
Mace.
Ever play for the Thunder? I'm going to say, I'll try both.
I don't remember him ever playing for the Thunder. I'm going to say Pacers.
It is Pacers only.
Okay, so DeAndre and I got that one.
Number 5, 11-year NBA vet Doug McDermott. Where'd he play?
Laura.
Don't know, so I'm gonna go with Pacers.
Mace.
Both.
I'm with Mace. I say both. DeAndre.
Pacers.
It is both.
Yeah.
Pacers
Right,
and
so
Thunder.
Mason and I got that one. All right, score update. Ireland 5, DeAndre 3, Mace 2, Laura 2.
Okay.
Here we go. How many you got left?
7 left.
All right, we got a bunch
Plenty
left.
of time.
Yeah.
All right.
Current Sacramento King Domantas Sabonis. Where did he play?
Mace.
Indiana only.
Both. DeAndre.
Both.
Laura.
Both.
I don't remember.
It is both. Just his rookie year
Yeah.
with OKC.
Was traded to Indiana for Paul George.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All right, Ireland 6, DeAndre 4, Laura 3, Mace 2.
Dang, I think I'm out.
No,
No,
not yet.
there's
There's
6 more.
6 left.
Oh, dang, never mind.
Number 7 here, better known as White Chocolate, Jason Williams. Where he play?
I'm going to go neither. DeAndre.
Yeah, neither.
I think it is neither.
Laura.
Sure, neither.
It is neither.
All right, everybody got that one. Okay.
All right, next one, 5-time NBA champion, Laker legend, Derek Fisher. Where did Derek Fisher play?
I'll go first again. I'm going to go neither again. DeAndre.
Thunder.
Laura.
I am with John. Neither.
Mace.
I'm with DeAndre. Thunder.
And you're right to do so. Thunder.
He played for the Thunder.
He
I
did,
don't
yes.
remember him playing for the
Yeah, me
Thunder.
neither.
All right, that's the first one I missed. All right, so DeAndre, now you're only one back. How many are left, Brian?
5 left.
All right, I'll just keep going first. Here we go.
All right, on the court tonight, suiting up, TJ McConnell. Who has he played for?
I'm going to say Pacers. DeAndre.
Pacers.
Laura.
I'll go both.
Mace.
Pacers.
It is the Pacers.
Okay, so Mace has 5, Ireland has 8, DeAndre 7, and Laura has 4. How many are left?
4 left.
All right, Laura, you got to go opposite of me.
Okay.
Former second overall pick, Victor Oladipo. Where did he play?
All right, I'll go first again. I think the answer to that one is both. DeAndre.
Both.
Mace.
Yeah, I know both.
Laura.
I'm out.
You're not even going to guess.
You're not even
Is,
gonna
is
try?
it both,
It's
Brian?
both, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out.
All right, so John 9, DeAndre 8, Mace 6.
Okay.
4 left?
3 left.
3
Three
left.
left.
Okay.
So I need to go
Opposite of me.
Opposite, yeah, opposite of John.
14-year NBA vet and a part of the losing team in the 2012 finals, Reggie Jackson. Where'd he play?
Did Reggie Jackson ever play for Indiana? I'm going to go Thunder only. DeAndre.
Thunder only.
Mace. Got 2 other choices.
I'll
The
try
3?
both.
Thunder only.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mace is out.
Yep.
Laura's out. DeAndre, you're 1 back with 2 to go. I have 10, you have 9.
I don't have to go opposite.
Not yet.
Okay,
No,
cool.
not
Not
yet.
yet. 2 left.
All right. Brother of former Laker champ and 13-year vet. Now you can see him sparingly on ESPN. Marcus Morris. Where did Marcus Morris play?
Sparingly on ESPN.
First take every now and then.
yeah, I see him.
Wow, I remember Marcus Morris playing for a bunch of
Yep.
teams, but I don't think he played for either one of these. I'm going to go neither.
I'm with John.
DeAndre.
Neither.
Wow, good pull. Neither.
Okay. All right, so DeAndre, now you have to go opposite. I have 11 and you have 10, and this is the last one.
Former Laker and 17-year NBA vet, Sam Perkins. Where did Sam Perkins play?
Did he ever play for the Sonics? I'm going to go both.
Okay, DeAndre, go different.
Damn, man.
You think it's both?
I think it's both. I'm with Sonics.
It is both.
It is both. So Ireland locks it up.
Did you do a tiebreaker, Brian?
I did, yeah. How many players in NBA history have played for both the Thunder and Pacers franchise, including the Sonics?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I got one. You got one, Mace?
Yep.
I wrote down 44.
I wrote down 61.
DeAndre?
35.
Laura?
I didn't even hear the question.
All right. How much is it?
31.
So it was who'd you say?
DeAndre said 35.
Yeah.
Oh, way to
yeah,
go.
DeAndre, good.
Way to go, DeAndre.
You got the time. DeAndre, sorry about that. You're a very spirited player, though.
Oh, man.
You always
come close.
You always bring it. You're
Always.
always in the neighborhood
Close,
of winning
but
the
not
thing.
there.
Yeah,
Always,
not
man.
there. One of these days. Have you ever won, DeAndre?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I have, yeah.
All right, good.
Do you have Bo Sedano and Cap today?
We do, yes.
Okay,
And we have
good.
Michael Trudell as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. By the way, Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here for you when you need a big win after an accident. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Dodgers did not score.
No, and there's
in
a
the
guy
fourth.
named Jose Urena.
Yeah, Jose Urena.
Has he pitched yet?
He has pitched once, right? Urena, I think, has pitched once.
I think just once, yeah.
He came up with the Florida Marlins and was a long reliever as the Dodgers picked him up here. He's appeared in 8 games with a 5.63 ERA, 16 innings. So they pick him up, and now Pete Alonso is up for the Mets. He is on an absolute tear.
Yeah, this guy's been hitting home runs for a week.
They got a runner on first, 6th inning, and Mets lead 4-3. So we'll keep you up to date throughout the afternoon. By the way, next
Pete Alonso, by the way, was available for anybody to sign, and nobody did.
He did not sign a gigantic deal. I mean, he signed a solid deal, but not like the biggest deal in the world.
I think, well, the Dodgers have a lot of deferred money. If there was no deferred money allowed, the Dodgers would have the highest payroll. But don't the Mets have the highest payroll now? Because the Dodgers deferred a lot of money? I think it's Mets 1, Dodgers 2, Yankees 3.
That's a good question.
The last time I looked. Now, it could change. The Dodgers have made a couple of trades over the last week or so.
The Mets have the highest payroll, $323 million. Dodgers second with a payroll of $321 million.
Are Yankees third?
Let's see.
Does it say?
Yankees are third. Phillies fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, National League is just a beast. I mean, Philly's great. The Cubs are great. We'll see. San Diego's off to a great start. San Francisco's off to a really good start. Dodgers will play both those teams for the first time in the next 2 weeks or so. They go to St. Louis first. And by the way, next Wednesday, we are live at Islands in West Covina.
Hula pie.
We will be there for some hula pie. Mason and Ireland show, Sedano and Cap show. We will be watching Los Angeles versus San Diego at 12 o'clock noon at Islands in West Covina.
What happened when we were at Islands in Manhattan Beach and we had the hula pie eating contest? What was it? Morales that got the pie
Morales
stuck
had
in his
it all
beard?
over his beard.
It was Bergman against Morales, right? Or were you in it too?
And I did okay-ish. I was very close to done, but Bergman did win out there.
Okay, so it was a
yeah.
It was a 3-man race.
Yeah, it was a 3-man race, and I lost that. And this time we're doing the waiter thing. I don't know if the waiter thing's going to work.
Well, you don't appear
You're
to
not
have
gonna
an
do great.
aptitude for it.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
That's the funny part. I'm going to see you struggle.
That's the funny part?
Yeah.
I already did it. I know how to struggle. It's the story of my life. Struggle. That's next Wednesday. We're going to be watching L.A. San Diego at Islands, 139 Barranca Avenue, West Covina. We're taking on South, and we'll be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. Want to see you Wednesday at Islands Restaurants, fine burgers and drinks in West Covina. All right, let's do some super crosstalk. Next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
We are your home for the NBA Finals, 710 ESPN, game number 1 tonight. From Oklahoma City, the Thunder battle the Pacers. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. on 710 a.m. and also on the all-new ESPN LA app, the ESPN radio tile. Thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. And the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
Coverage of the 2025 NBA Finals on ESPN LA is brought to you by Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. Play anytime, anywhere for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Head to ChumbaCasino.com and let's Chumba. Only available in permitted states. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
It is a Cappy Ticket Thursday, and this is your cue to call. Be caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You get a 4-pack of spots. You and 3 friends to tomorrow night. The Cappy $10,000 Blackjack Tournament at the all-remodeled, redesigned, and absolutely gorgeous Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Garden. It's going to be a Friday. Fun. Party, party. We start broadcasting live at 3 p.m., and then after the show at 6, Blackjack time. You and 3 of your friends, you win a 4-pack right now. Caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN on a Cappy Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K2560X 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hey, you brought the megaphone. How about that?
No, I actually left the megaphone down in South.
So
and
that
that's
was
where I'm
not
at
a megaphone?
right now. No, it's a megaphone.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
It's a real megaphone.
Now,
My problem is I keep forgetting it when I come up.
Do we have Sedano, or is he tied up with NBA Finals duties?
I don't think we have him yet.
Okay.
We will
But
have
we
him
have
for an
Cappy.
hour. We will have Sedano for an hour today. And
Yeah.
then Michael Trudell
Yeah.
walks through the door.
Very nice. He actually did just walk through the door.
Oh, he's coming in right
As
now.
a matter of
Good.
fact, yeah, he's on his way
Nice.
in. So, Cappy, you're not in the league. How do you see this series?
I'm so glad you asked it that way, Mace.
Yes.
I am rooting for Indiana to win.
Okay.
Not analytically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
not trying to break it down. I'm just telling you that for as much as I hear people, radio guys, TV guys, talking heads, commentators, etc., tell me that this NBA Finals is lame, it's boring, there aren't stars, there aren't major markets, there aren't super teams, etc. I'm all in. I'm too deeply invested in the season to give up now, so I don't care who's playing.
See, I think it's interesting and fun for people who do follow the NBA really closely. I don't think it's going to get the casual viewers, maybe, that it would normally get. What do you think, Mike Trudell?
No, you're right. The good news is the basketball is going to be good
Yes.
and entertaining, but I don't know that there's that care factor for somebody that isn't following super closely to just grab onto, other than that, hey, do you remember how the Warriors went on that huge run in their first year? That's what we could be seeing from OKC. Like, I don't think quite to the level of the Golden State Warriors, but they had, Steph was a phenomenon at that point. That they had really captured sort of the general public's curiosity about how the game is being played, and this little guy who shoots from half court. And, Shea is an amazing player, a deserving MVP, hasn't seemed to capture America. I mean, he is Canadian, but hasn't seemed to capture the country or the casuals
he's not the
like
most
that.
charismatic guy in the world.
No.
He's unbelievable. Just doesn't have Riz. You know that. Doesn't have a lot of Riz there, Cappy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of Riz?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
Cappy,
Riz-
you have a lot of Riz.
You
You know
have
what
a ton of
Riz
Riz.
is?
Of course
You know,
he does.
I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to need a little, I'm going to need
All right,
some
Riz
info
is,
about...
is what the kids have shortened charisma.
Oh,
So
come
if
on,
you have
for
a lot
reals?
of, yeah. You've never heard the term
Come
Riz?
on, you've heard this term, Cappy.
He has.
Hey, you
Riz is
guys
the
are
new
teaching me
swag.
something new.
It's like, Cappy, you would be referred to as the Riz guy.
Yeah, you're totally trolling us. You know exactly what Riz is. I've heard you do segments about Riz on your show. There's no way you don't know what Riz is.
But Mace, I just want you to know one thing, and I'm not exaggerating, not one bit.
Okay.
When I get off the air, I don't remember what happened on the air.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
By the way, Cappy, you and I
Three
are
times, Mike.
You and I are alike in that way. Like the beauty of doing radio is that you do it, and then it's just gone.
Yeah, like
Then it's just gone.
Well, not
Although
anymore, because
it-
now everything's podcasted.
It does live on
Right.
YouTube and podcasts and all that stuff. But for me, it's just like, get rid of it. I don't care what I said. Let's move on.
Ireland,
Well, it's as
this is what I'm going to blame then for you telling us the same stories all the time on
Right.
the road because it's just part of
does
what's
he
being
do it
on
in
the air.
person too?
Oh, God, yeah.
Of course. Really? You do it on the air and in person?
Wait, you haven't, like, you've been around me. Of course, I repeat everything.
I'm trying to think if we went out Friday night. I don't remember a repeated story. I thought you had all fresh material for dinner.
brand new material at the 900
Well,
Club.
when
He
I'm
was
with Lisa,
he's trying out new material.
when I'm with Lisa, I just let her talk.
She's a
Smart
good
man.
talker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah. Who do you like to win the series, Cappy? Are you
Taking Indiana.
Oh,
Well,
God, Cappy.
but you mean like you want them to win,
Right.
But you don't
Right.
think they're going to win.
Well, I mean, listen, every ball knower that I know
Ball knowers. Yep.
is telling me that Oklahoma City wins this thing going away
And they
easy.
do. Yep.
In
Yeah.
fact, Oklahoma City wins this as easy, if not easier, than the way they just took apart Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Mike, how did Denver take him to 7 games?
Jokic.
That was it.
Jokic is like
Yeah.
the one guy that even that defense didn't have the immediate answer for. He's that good. He's that big. He's that difficult. So he's and then remember they blew game 1. So I think it would have been a shorter series had they not blown game 1. Remember the Aaron Gordon wing 3
Right.
after they missed the free throw and they screwed all that up. But that was just Jokic. I don't think anybody else is going to take him that deep.
Yeah. Cappy, I think you're wrong in this one. I think you should flip your opinion right now.
And take Oklahoma City.
Take Oklahoma City. Root for Indiana, but don't
But here's
walk
the thing.
out on a limb and say I like Indiana in 6 or one of those things because that's going to go
Well,
back to haunt you.
if they do win though, you will sound like a genius.
Right. And
That's
when they
my point.
when they lose, you will sound
Then-
like a dum-dum.
No. I will not. Here's the thing. There's nothing to lose by taking Indiana.
Your
because-
reputation
As a ball
Oh,
knower.
please.
as a
Please.
ball knower.
Yeah.
No.
As you describe it.
As a ball knower, I'm going to say this. No one's taking Indiana. I like the underdog. I know how dominant Oklahoma City has been all year.
Apparently
I
not.
see. Well, no. I know what they've done. But I'm not separating the heart from the head. I'm sticking with the heart.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you
isn't that
really
nice?
have your heart in Indiana? I mean, is that really
I
where
mean,
your heart is right now?
I mean, as far as with these two
Your
teams,
heart
and
is
in
with
this series,
Pascal Siakam.
Well,
and,
you know what it traces back to, Mace? Cappy is a big John Cougar Mellencamp.
is that right? Oh,
Big,
yeah.
Did you know that?
Yep.
Jack
Really
and
big.
Diane,
Check it
Cherry
out.
Bomb.
No, check it out. Little Pink Houses.
Little
like
Pink
really
House is great.
Going,
No, but his
going
best
deep.
song is Jack and Diane.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Jack
hell
and
yes,
Diane.
it is.
No, it's not.
He's got a lot of good
What's
songs.
his best song, John?
His most successful song is Jack and Diane.
Jack
His
and Diane.
best song is ROCK in the USA.
Well,
Oh,
John,
no,
I
see,
think
I
that's
got to
a little
disagree with
hacky,
that
yeah.
too.
I
I got to
Speaking
disagree with that.
of Indianapolis, John, so the first time that I went there, my father drove me from Minneapolis to Indianapolis to see the Indy 500 when I was 13.
Okay.
And the first place that he had me stop was the house of a famous great late night host.
David Letterman.
David
from
Letterman
Indiana.
in Indiana went to Ball State.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we drove. I don't know if it was his house or the grocery store that he worked at. It was one of the two, but my dad was very excited
The
about
first time I ever saw Mike Trudell eat seafood
Oh, really?
was in Indianapolis. Wasn't even that. What's the name of that famous place?
St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's.
Yeah.
That's the shrimp cocktail. And I'm so mad I didn't film it because Mike, we basically guilted him to taking a bite with cocktail sauce.
What's wrong with seafood?
So first of all, it was the horseradish that really had me over the top.
Delicious.
It was terrible.
Horseradish is
terrible.
delicious.
He doesn't like seafood, and he doesn't like horseradish.
I like it too, Mace.
My parents didn't eat seafood, so the first time I even tried any kind of seafood was when I was like 19
You
in
literally
college.
live in a state with 1,000 lakes.
Well, hold on.
10,000 lakes.
That's not seafood.
And you don't eat a single fish.
But that's not seafood.
They just have walleye,
Oh,
really.
no, fish. Walleye's delicious.
Yeah,
that is seafood.
but my parents were from the East Coast.
Walleye's great,
so that was
though.
part of it.
Perch
but I don't know.
Perch. Did you eat perch?
No, I've
They're
never
delicious.
had perch. But it did. Thankfully, the fact that everybody knows how much I dislike it did make me a lot of money for Michael Thompson because they.
That's
they
right.
paid
Wait,
me
but John, that was recorded. Are you saying that this
No,
was the previous time?
The second one, that was in Dallas.
Well, no, Indianapolis. Remember, because we were talking about the.
I
see.
The one this year.
That was it was in Indiana again. We just went. We stayed
to a
at the
different
hotel.
place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if Cappy were there, he would have definitely had the phone out because he's kind of like a teenage girl with it, wanting to get everything.
Oh, sure.
out.
Same
gotta
with
record everything.
Mace. If it's
right.
not recorded, it didn't happen.
Okay.
Me and Mace
We're
are our
rolling right
teenage
now.
girls. That's right. Wait, John, I have a question. I've never been to St. Elmo's in Indianapolis.
Okay.
In fact, I've only really spent one extended period of time in Indianapolis, and that was at a Super Bowl a few years ago.
It's an inferior Appolis to Minneapolis.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
An inferior Apple.
Yeah, very much so.
The worst Appolis.
But why is
do you
it
like
that
Annapolis?
I like Annapolis. Annapolis, Maryland is
Annapolis,
nice.
yeah,
Annapolis is very nice.
That's where
Very
the
nice
Naval
town.
Academy
The Naval
is,
Academy.
right?
I
I
think you
prefer
gotta
Annapolis too.
Put that one, then Minneapolis.
I'd say
then
Indianapolis is third.
Indianapolis.
Sorry, Cappy.
But
go
why is it that this place, St. Elmo's, has this world famous, shrimp cocktail? Can't everybody in America who's a famous restaurant get the same giant shrimps?
I gotta be honest with you. A shrimp cocktail is really sketchy from place to place. Like some places, it's delicious with the ice and the cocktails, and it's hanging. We ordered shrimp at the hotel in Hawaii, and it was just like old soggy shrimp laying around.
It's definitely a hit and miss.
Yeah, I mean, it can
What
not
is so
work.
special about the place in Indianapolis?
Cappy,
They're in Indianapolis.
Could you say that about almost literally anything that's known for anything?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like in Indianapolis, like if you told me that there was a place in L.A. or there was a place in Miami, some place that's nearby the water, I go, okay, I understand. Like that's their big thing is the shrimp cocktail. But what is so special about the shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo's? And couldn't any other restaurant in the country order the exact same shrimp?
Well, I just told you that I had that experience, and I didn't get good shrimp cocktail. And John said it's hit and miss. Sometimes
but
it's
it's
good,
not the same
sometimes
product.
it's not.
Well, why isn't it the same product?
Well, then let me ask you this: what makes the St. Elmo's so special?
I think they've been serving it longer than anybody
Right.
else. It's
Really?
kind of their
And,
house specialty.
That's also sort of the whole idea. That's like the proprietary thing. It's like so there's this place in Buffalo, right, where I was born called Ted's Hot Dogs. The greatest hot dog that you've
In
ever
the
had
world.
that I've ever had. Haven't replicated since. People have tried to, but guess what? They use a specific kind of meat. You can't get it from everywhere.
Yep.
They have some sort of licensing agreement with that.
Proprietary, whatever.
And
yeah.
Proprietary
so,
shrimp?
Cappy, my
Yeah.
guess is they've got some deal that's just like that in Indiana.
They
Otherwise, the
created the
guy
hot
across
dog.
the street would do it.
Sedano's here, by the way.
Sedano, have you ever had the shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo's in Indy?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
What makes it so special, George?
It's the horseradish sauce.
It's the sauce, not the shrimp.
It's the sauce.
The horse. I like a very horseradishy cocktail sauce.
I don't like
that thing will clear your sinuses.
I like
You
that.
know that all it is ketchup and horseradish sauce, right?
I
And
know.
A tiny
Yeah,
drop of
right,
Worcestershire.
it's cocktail
That's
sauce
why I
and-
like
and
when they give you
horseradish,
the horseradish on the side, so you can mix it up to your own
No,
specs.
give it
But
to
it's
me
not
as strong
ketchup,
as it
is it?
gets.
Yeah.
It's not ketchup.
Yes,
no,
ketchup,
no.
Worcestershire.
Ketchup
It's
is
cocktail
horseradish.
sauce.
Yes, it is.
There's
Which
only
is
one.
which is a ketchup-based thing. Yes.
There's only one good creamy white substance in its frosting. Everything else is nasty. No,
Okay.
no ranch,
Let me
no
tell you about frosting a
horseradish.
little bit.
Mike,
None of
I
that.
can't even imagine what you must be like on the road to go to dinner with all the time.
Ask John. He's gone out with me 75. Well,
Yeah,
how
the
many
kids
times?
eating like chicken
500
tenders all
times.
I was going to say, yes, you're like the chicken tenders
likes
are
the
adult
dentist.
to
I
you
like
guys.
everything but fish.
Mike's only quirk is seafood. He
Yeah.
doesn't like it. So if we're going out to a seafood place, we don't even invite him. But if he's anywhere, well, we invite you and you just say no. But
Yeah. Well, I did go when it was covered by the team. Where we go, Nobu.
Yeah.
And I tried some of this
Did
stuff.
you try Nobu stuff?
I did.
you won't
I
even eat
tried it.
sushi?
No, I mean I'll eat it. I'll try it again, especially if
Have
Michael
you ever
pays
been
me.
to Itzakaya
I just don't enjoy
in
it.
Manhattan Beach down by the pier?
I haven't been to that one, no.
Yeah, you
Should I
get-
say your name there?
No, you
Okay.
say Lisa's name. Sure.
Okay, that
But
works.
does Annie like seafood?
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Nobu is one of the most expensive restaurants I've ever
There's
been
one
to.
in our hotel in
Is there
Dallas.
really?
Well, now we changed hotels.
And
but
they
our old
bring you
hotel.
like slices, little thin slices
Right.
of fish with a certain sauce, and when you put them in your mouth, you're like, "Oh my God, this is the most delicious thing." And then you think this was $85.
Right, and then you're done, and you're like, "What's for dinner?"
What's for dinner?
Sedano,
Exactly.
Sedano, you're just mad because in Vegas, I tried to get us into that restaurant and then made the reservation for like the next month.
I'm not mad.
So you're still
I
upset
ended
about
up.
that.
We ended up. I think I ended up eating there later anyway. But it's all good. Like we ended up having a great dinner that night
That's
with
true.
the
It was a
great
good
Aaron
deal.
Larsoul.
That's
So.
right.
Hey, wait a
you
second,
ready
Mace.
for- yeah,
Mace,
go ahead.
you said to Mike that he's from Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes,
Correct.
and he doesn't like seafood. I
Right.
just want to make a distinction. Is seafood
a good
from
question.
the ocean?
No, it's from
or-
the ocean.
Right. So
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So in other
That's
words,
not seafood.
Yeah,
Right,
sea
so
is
perch
ocean,
and-
not
yeah.
sea isn't lake.
correct. So that when Mason says to Trudell, "Hey, you should like walleye," doesn't walleye come from like a freshwater body of water?
Yeah,
I'm just going to read you something. Walleye is considered seafood. Walleye is a freshwater fish, and the definition of seafood includes freshwater fish, saltwater fish, and shellfish.
Oh,
There you go.
That's just bad
That
branding by the
ain't
freshwater
there it is.
people.
Right.
The
Period.
Freshwater people need to do a little better.
Yeah. Period.
Seafood
End of
is
story.
owning freshwater.
Yeah. Let that sink in. All right. So what do you guys? Oh, your blackjack tournament tomorrow, Cappy.
Blackjack tournament is happening tomorrow. Somebody has a chance to, well, 3 people have a chance to take a part of the $10,000 purse. First prize is $5,000 in free play
Wow.
chips. Second place is $3,000 in free play chips. And third place is $2,000 in free play chips. Now, Mace, I'm sure you know what a free play chip is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you can't like take the $5,000, go up to the window and go, give me $5,000.
Right.
You got to actually play the chips. If I gave you $5,000 of free play chips at the Park West Bicycle Casino,
I'd kill it.
I mean, me too. I
Yeah,
feel the same
I would
way.
You multiply that over
Right.
and over again, and you know what